Welcome, family. Hit the like button when you come in. You don't know, they don't know, they don't know. Let me find my thing on YouTube. TRILLUMINATI live. Yeah. That's the thing. Big up man like Ultra Funk in the building. You say? Yo, that hair looks crazy long, bro. Big up man like J Trill. I'll take the 8 people watching. I'll take the 3rd person to hit that like button. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I was on Netflix, Red Pill. Why do you do this to me? What was you on Netflix to do, J Trill? Was you looking for Striking Vipers again? Was you finally get some alone time to watch Striking Vipers? All right, man. All right. Was that a year ago? My God. Yeah, I can't believe that was a year ago. That's loops. That's crazy. Boom. Playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Bro, I don't care what you lot was doing, man. All that shit you was doing. Old tight Empress Trillis, old tight Raw Beats. So Wagwan family, where you lot at? Like Raw Beats, you need to come on it. Come like you don't even come on my shows no more. What the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on? Please, please, please hit that like button for me, family. It makes a difference. Big up Empress Trillis. Good to see you in the building. Yeah, man. Someone come on and talk to me, man. Don't make me beg either. Ultra. J True, jump on. See the link there? StreamYard. Let me hear what you lot are saying. I'll tell everyone on Instagram as well that had a good look. I'm just gonna leave it there. Oh shit. Yo. So people on Instagram's been giving me jokes today. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram, Red Pill Trill. Yeah. Hit me. I'm even on Twitter, Red Pill Trill, same way. Yeah. Hit me up on these social networks. Keep in touch. And don't forget Jedi Online as well, where I will be continuing my vlog. Vlog. And the vlog will be out like sometime next week. This week's vlog. Probably do like a week. The highlights of the week. I'll be shooting. If you see me about with my camera in my hand going like this, then just forgive me. Big up people. Big enough free channels. Yes, man like Young Money. Big up yourself. This is the live stream channel, isn't it? TRILLUMINATI Live. So from here is where my live streams are going to be happening. Red Pill Chill is just going to keep the music. Jedi Online. It's going to deal with all things Jedi and, you know, them random funny clips and bits of information and whatnot, whatever I choose to do. But big up to you, man. So what's been going on, really? I mean, I happened to see a newspaper today for the first time in ages. Oh, shit, there's a spelling mistake. I happened to see a newspaper for the first time in ages. They were talking about Brexit and Parliament and all that. And I've just got no interest in it. So I'm very ignorant on these matters. don't know if that's a good or bad thing, bro. But I just can't be. I'm just not motivated to like find out about it, or you know what I mean. Make it easier to find. So, is there someone in the building to chat to me? 'Cause Empress came on, I went on mute. Empress, man.
I'm here. I was letting you chat, innit? I was letting you chat.
I'm just chatting shit, trying to fill some time.
What are you saying, though? I didn't speak to you, though, fam. I messaged you earlier, but I was on the Red Pill Short account.
You want to speak to me in private?
It was about the personal training thing, because obviously little man started reception yesterday, innit? So I've got loads of free time now.
Hey, yeah. I'll be down, man. I'm down. I'm trying to shit out of you, man.
Yes.
Good
I need to get this flabby belly all nice and tight and thing. You get me?
You got flabby belly? You don't have flabby belly, man.
I have, though, because I've had 3 C-section, isn't it?
So what does that mean?
So I've got a flabby belly. I've got an apron, ain't I?
What? Why though? Why
get a job, Becca?
Why does C-section do that? Who did that?
I don't know why it does that. I don't know. But yeah, I've got a bit of a flabby belly.
Boy. Yeah, man. You can there's many things you can do, man. Many things you could do. You'll be good.
I've got, like I said, I've got loads of time now, so like.
But obviously, you've heard, that it's I'm gonna say 30% gym and 70% diet, though. You know this, right?
That's fine, because I need to sort out my diet anyway.
What's your diet like? What are you eating? Except for chicken curry, we know about that.
No, I went vegan, didn't I? I went vegan, didn't you know?
You're vegan, yeah, but you're eating. When did you go vegan?
About a couple of months ago now, maybe a bit longer.
Oh yeah, I think I remember talking to you about it.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "You ain't coming to the gang barbecue." I was like, "No, I'll bring the vegan burgers."
Bring your aubergines and that. You won't be the first and last person, man, looking miserable with aubergines and that, trying to smile like it's fun. It ain't fun. Roasting vegetables ain't fun. Get me? But neither is what's that thing called? Bum cancer, which a lot of meat eaters get. So I suppose.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
You got away, yeah. You got the way with the positives, yeah.
Yeah, you got away. What's for you, man? I miss meat, but I'm not so attached to it. I wouldn't consider leaving it, but right about now, I think balance is better for me than just cutting something out. I think balance is fun.
Now I want to try and find out some more like recipes and stuff as well, So yeah, man.
You've been eating soya and everything, though.
It's basically like I'm trying to keep it plant-based.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it plant-based as much as I can, innit? I mean, my Kaya, my boy, oh my God, he loves it, bruv. He loves the vegan sausages, he loves the burgers, he loves it all. But it's just my daughter's a bit funny with it. She's like, "Mummy, don't taste right. It tastes funny." So I've got to like think of other ways of trying to get her to eat as well, like with different seasonings and stuff. It's a learning curve. Do you know what I'm saying? We're all learning how to eat different. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I'm learning how to type faster. You know, it's getting faster. Typing a lot more shit. Right, man. Oh, here's Raw Beats. Big up Raw Beats.
Raw Beats.
Raw Meats. Yo, Raw Meats.
He's on mute.
Oh shit, yo. You hear me?
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. What are you saying?
Nah, man, I just finished work, man. I had a long ass day. I'm still in shock, man.
In shock about what?
You don't even know what, but I'll let Jedi tell you. I don't even
know
if he will.
What? Spill the tea now. What?
I'm not spilling the beans, though. That's what I'm saying.
Spill the tea now. Come on now.
Shit, nah, I can't do that, man. I can't do that. Shit. Yeah, man. It's been good.
No, you can't do that, blood. You can't. Tried it. You can't do that. Trying to change that.
Real talk. Nah,
Trying
real
to change
talk.
up
I
the
can't say it. I'm not saying no words. Yeah, man.
Shall we play the guessing game? What's it
You won't,
about?
but you'll never get it. You'll never
Who
get
is it about?
You'll never guess.
Really? Is it that peak?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when time comes.
Look at Gentle rubbing his hands together and shit like. Can't hear you, Jed. You're on mute, babe.
Shit, man. I can't. Wow, does he know he's on mute? I
I
can't
don't
even be
know.
on there for long, man. I'm on 23%, man. Saying I really miss
I think he's
Hangout.
saying you're a chatty patty. Look.
I'll tell you what it is, Becca. Yeah. So
What's that?
basically, earlier in the house, yeah. Well, earlier in the day, what?
Oh, you're gone on mute again. Now look, he's done that deliberately, I swear.
Oh shit. Oh, I think it's yo.
Oh shit! I was on mute. Oh man.
Oh, God.
Can't bother to repeat
Why
that,
does this
man.
always keep happening, man?
I know, man. Another day. Break it down another day. Okay, what's going on? Porn stars, what? Porn star Betty in the house. TRILLUMINATI live. Why are you now calling yourself porn star Betty? Hmm?
I can't even see the chat.
Porn star Betty, you know. What? Why are you now porn star Betty? What's going on? Something you want to share with us?
Yeah, like.
Have you taken the plunge? Have you actually started doing movies?
Shit, was that the plan, yeah?
I
From
think,
stripping to porn.
I think Betty's gonna do some porn or something. I don't know.
Do you think I'll make that money? I don't
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
hold on. So you trying to tease me, Becca?
Tease you.
Huh?
Lads, I'm not even going to bring this out on a live right now, yeah, but oh my days. Oh my days.
Type in the private thing.
Oh Lord.
Wait, let me check something. Wait. Can I delete the private thing?
Oh shit.
Nah,
You know
I can't
what?
delete the private. Don't type in the private thing. Because if someone new comes on, do they see?
Yeah, they're going to see it.
Do they see what was typed on before they came in?
I have no idea. I don't know how
think they do.
StreamYard. I don't use StreamYard, so I don't know.
Yeah, Becca, what do you use?
Oh, I can't give you away my little secrets.
Oh, okay, like that, yeah.
Yeah, like how you don't want to tell me your little secrets, yeah?
I can't. It's not my secret to give out. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I use I told you guys before because I keep telling Jeds to bloody get it and he doesn't listen to me.
XSplit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've still not tried XSplit, but I heard that it takes up a lot of data on that.
If you don't want to use that, there's another one. What's it called? ISO, I think it's called. Is ISO? No, or OBS. Sorry, OBS. Yeah, that's another one that's quite good.
Yeah, but these things are kind of complicated. I don't want the complication.
It's not really complicated. You just
Is
link
it not?
No. You just link your YouTube thing, and you just one button to broadcast. You can set up your scene how you want it. You can add pictures, or you can add text to it, or do you know what I'm saying? It's quite simple.
Yeah,
History,
StreamYard thing is a lot. So I can't.
They try to make me lose everything. Little cunts.
I'm only on 20.
What have they done to you now, bloke?
I got it. Now they try to close my windows down. Right, I've got it. Cool. I just need to check Who's cutting out? Me again?
You think you're coming clear to me? Now you're cutting out. That's why. Not Jed. It's not you, Jed.
Oh, he's cutting out. Oh yeah, he was running off anyway, man. Run off, man. Run away, man.
Trying to brush you up and shit.
Run away, man. Oh, Bunko. Betty said she's not a porn star yet.
Oi!
Yeah?
Making moves out here, yeah, Betty?
She's looking to get busy soon. I'm not buying that porn, no. Well, do you even buy porn? I'm not watching
Yo,
that.
everyone in the chat, can you lot hear properly? Car, it's cutting out for me, and it's my sound.
I can hear everyone clearly.
Yeah, I can hear everyone clearly. I don't know.
Big up Sister Shani in the chat.
Yeah, big up Shani, man.
Alright, let me go and leave and come back. Big
up Shani, man.
Go on, Betsy. Go on.
Gotta get money, yeah?
Going to go get that money.
Betty's just trolling, man. She ain't trying to do none of that shit, man. Feel me? She's just trolling everybody. Hello? Walk on.
Uncooked beat Shani. Why are you calling him uncooked beat Shani? So what's everyone been up to in the chat, man? It was my little man's birthday yesterday, people. Turned 5, started reception. He's a big boy now, man.
Sorry, Becca. I'm just on the phone, as you can see. But what was you saying?
Yeah. I'm just talking to the chat. Don't worry.
You're talking.
Yesterday. Yeah, it was my son's birthday yesterday, innit? And he went to reception. Reception yesterday. I know you like to wind up, sis. I know. Annabelle. What are you saying, Annabelle? Can't hear you, Annabelle. Your mic's not well.
Can you hear me now, family? Can you hear me? Your family. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Coco, bless up the family.
Bless. What are you saying,
what's
Annabelle?
going on, fam?
Not
yeah,
much,
I'm just about to cook a little something. Some chicken sausages, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Because we don't pork out. I mean, so we're just getting ready to.
All right, I'm coming, Baba.
You know what I mean?
It's that time of night, innit? Feeding time at the zoo. I'll be back. 1 second. I've just got to get this pizza out of the oven for this little man.
Cool, man. I'm just showing you, family, what I'm doing, you know? Just so you can see. Hold up. How's everyone doing, though? What's going on? Everyone's doing
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Yes, is that raw, yeah?
Yeah, man, what you saying, bro?
Blessings, yeah, man. I'm just getting ready to cook up some chicken sausages, you know?
Chicken sausages, yeah?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to this.
What are you doing?
I get it from my grill, you know what I'm saying? Proper, you know? No super, you know?
Where you get the sausages from?
From this independent butchers in Muscle Hill, you know? Proper posh, you know?
Oh, so damn. How much that cost? £20 a sausage?
No. They're not expensive. I'll show you quickly. Can you see, fam?
Well, it looks like carrots. That's a sausage.
Yeah, no, because they've been in the fridge for a while, you know? No, they are sausages. They're sausages.
Yeah, man. I don't fuck with sausages, man. Anything that looks that size, I mean that shape.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, see me, I'm getting my toast ready. put some olive oil and get it popping, you know? You can see my
Say
little
no
kitchen.
more. Hey,
Yeah, man.
everything in order. Hey, looking good.
Yeah, got my almond dark chocolate. You know how we do. Got to keep it chocolate all the way.
So what? They put chocolate in the almond milk.
Yeah, it's not even
Dark
proper.
chocolate.
What they do is they put like 2% chocolate and the rest is crap.
Does it even
Basically,
taste like chocolate?
it does taste like chocolate, I must say, but they put such little amounts that you can't even tell it. But I know that it's not proper.
Boy, so many new things out there, man. They wanna give us. What you been saying today, though, man?
Well, then let me take the video off for a sec. Yeah, man, I've just been lazing about today, you know. I haven't been doing much. How about you, Ro?
No, I just got back from work still. My phone mashed up yesterday, so I'm using a replacement. I've had cracks in my
What do
screen
you
for
do?
about
What do you do, Ro?
what for work?
Yeah, work-wise and that.
I'm a gigolo still.
Huh?
I'm a gigolo.
Gigolo, yeah?
Yeah.
Lies.
Gigolo.
Lies.
What do you
Lies.
mean?
You
Who's
heard
that?
it here
Huh? What
first,
do you
bro.
mean?
If you need these
Where's it?
services,
Bring your delo. Bring your delo. Yeah.
Like, I've got to prove you're
I'm
not a
saying.
gigolo, yeah?
Exactly. Man.
Funny
Yeah,
guy.
man. I just had a few clients. I'm joking.
well, you heard it here first. Anyone needs
Huh?
services, hit up Ro, you know?
No. Expensive out here, though, man. Exclusive.
Yeah, how much are you charging though?
Boy, depends what you're looking. No, I mean, if you want me the whole night, you're looking over $1,000, mate.
This sounds so fucking dodgy. That is like Annabelle seeking your services or something. Like, how much do you cost?
Lie. Drop me out. Look, I was asking for a friend, innit? Friend of a friend.
I'm just helping out a friend, you know?
That's what I'm saying, man. There's lonely ladies out there, man. Nah, man, I work on what's it called? On the BT services. So I'm a contractor for OpenReach. I'm a contractor for OpenReach. Basically, I'm setting up internet.
Oh, so you're the bastards that keep fucking about in my line,
Yeah. That's everyone fucking says. Blame us, innit? Yeah, you joking. No, but if you knew what it takes to actually get a phone line up, there's so much things that can fuck up a line. Yeah, and then everyone just puts the blame on the engineer. Like, fuck. Like, we're literally the last point of the installation. We get all the blame.
No, I hear you.
Oh, so you don't actually work for BT, you work through another company, yeah?
Yeah, because remember, BT don't actually have any engineers, so they
hire out,
they pass off all the work. Yeah, so it's really
Why did they do
OpenReach
that? Is that because it's cheaper for them?
Probably.
It's like an umbrella company. It's kind of, they work on behalf of BT, but like the BT is the actual. BT is basically the phone lines, and then they rent the phone lines off to all the service providers, but they don't have their own engineers, so they work with OpenReach.
Okay.
Like subcontracting.
Where's Jed's gone?
I ain't got no idea. I thought it was just me and Animal on the show for a sec.
We're running this show now, you get me?
You get me. All I can see on the screen right now is Annabelle. I can't even see you.
Same here. And in the next episode of TRILLUMINATI live. Yeah, man. I need Jess to send me those logos, bro. I'm fully waiting. I'm trying to finish editing them pictures, but I can't do them without him sending me the logos, man. Shit, man. What one? Jess,
Which pictures? Is that the one from the pre-carnival thing?
Yeah, the lounge one.
Okay.
Yeah. Good pictures there, man.
I still want to come to the motive because I've never got a childminder. I can't bloody calm down. It's frustrating.
Childminder.
Mm,
In
I
the
don't-
Empress, you've never been to a motive yet, man. What's going on?
I ain't got a babysitter, innit?
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
None at all. Well, not if you book it in
No.
advance.
No, I ain't got no one to take my kids, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
figured
I'm
that.
literally like when someone says single parent, like I'm literally the definition of a single parent. I have no support from no one. Like I literally do everything on my own.
Fucking hell, man. Got no mumsy now.
No
Yeah, man.
family. No, I got like not my family are not involved. My kids' family, their side, like their dad's family, they're not involved. So I'm literally doing it myself, bro.
Fucking bastards. What the fuck is this? No, I get it though, man. Cause like my two, they're fucking wild. So I don't even trust anyone to watch it. Not even like I didn't trust them. It's like I didn't trust my kids not to do nothing stupid and hurt themselves. Cause if they hurt themselves when someone else is looking after them, boy, you can't really give me excuses. Like I'm not really trying to hear them, but I know how wild my kids are, so I'm just not even trying to put them in that situation. But they're a bit older now, so it's getting a bit easier. Oh,
Yeah, it's
long,
like
man.
my little man started reception yesterday, so it's gonna be a little bit more easier now because obviously like I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 6 hours a day, 5 days a week to myself. So the pressure's easing off a little. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's your youngest. Oh,
Yeah, that's my youngest, my boy. Yeah.
hey.
You know what? Big up all
Yeah,
the
one.
singles moms, you know. I was raised up by a single mom and it's not an easy task, you know what I'm saying? So
Man, it's
big up all
difficult.
the single moms, man.
It's a
Real
lot,
talk.
man. It's a lot.
So, what do you think? Like, if you was to find a new man, like in a short amount of time, what was your approach then? Would you allow him to take on that responsibility, or would you keep the distance?
Do you know what? I wouldn't expect any man to take on my kids as their own. Like I think that's a big expectation to kind of have on someone. Do you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a bit difficult because I don't like it's difficult for me because I don't want, because obviously where the dad's not involved at the moment doesn't mean he's not going to be involved eventually. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Was he waiting on him or something?
we're waiting for a court to make a decision.
Not waiting on him.
We're waiting for court.
What decision?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're waiting for court to make a decision whether he can have contact or not. But yeah, so like I mean, if I don't see me, I don't see myself in a relationship anytime soon. It's that deep. Like I'm quite happy being on my own. Because of obviously I was isolated in the relationship that I was in. I've continued the isolation, so I've kind of got used to just being on my own now, and it don't bother me. Whereas back in the day, it used to bother me, like being on my own all the time, like not having someone there. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas now I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm quite happy being on my own. Like I don't need to have someone in my life.
It's about finding that balance, though, isn't it? That's what happens a lot, though. Women find themselves alone, and then they just get used to it, innit? And then they just don't ever want to be with someone else, and they just block that newcomer to ever even allow himself to get close or take on a responsibility. You get me? But it's about finding a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just I'm gonna be 32 this month. Like I've got to that point. Yeah, this month on the 22nd. Like I've just got to that point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm easy, man. I can do it. I don't need to be in a relationship. And like I said, I don't see myself in like I said, like literally I had this question that asked me the other like couple of days ago, where do you see yourself in a relationship in 5 years time or whatever, like future time? Like to be honest, like I don't see it happening.
Not even 5 years, right?
No, I don't see it happening. Like I really don't.
You're trying to make it stretch out, but
you know, it's just the headache of it, bro.
It
I don't-
is, but then what are you gonna do when fucking 5, 6, 7 years gone past, and then you're just out of the loop now. You don't even know what to do or what to expect in that relationship or from a man. What are you gonna do then?
I'm like, that's like, I can't even see myself living with anyone. Like literally, like a few weeks back, yeah, I had a friend come stay with me for like 2-3 days. By the second day, I'm just like, "Are you going home yet?" Like it was irritating me. Like it was proper irritating me. I was like, "Oh, just fuck off!" Like I don't want you here. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I want my own space. Like it's like you're invading my personal space. Go away. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like.
It's true though, man. Living with someone is a big responsibility, man. I'm feeling it now, innit, car? I was a couple months ago, last month actually, I was thinking, fuck, I need my own space. Like, I need my own place. Like, this is just a bit mad right now. Then I don't know. I think we go through phases, innit? I don't know. Depends who the person is, really, man. If you got that right person, you can just go back and forth with constantly. Then yeah, unless that you're always gonna be compromising.
But ain't that what relationships are about, though?
Yeah, but I don't want to compromise no more because like with me now, it's like in past relationships, it's like I'm always the one fucking compromising, and this dickhead or the guy I'm with don't want to fucking compromise. So I'm like, nah, it's all right. I'm quite happy to be on my own. It's fine.
Becca,
No, I don't want my camera. Why?
I want to see you.
No.
Come on, Becca, let's see you, man. Come on.
What's up?
Why? I'm looking butters right now, man.
Take your glasses on, man. You know how you do, man. I just stare at the camera.
I'm looking butters. I'm looking butters right now.
Anyone can put their camera. I beg you, put your camera.
Let the audience judge that, man.
I'm looking butters right now.
Hold on. Anyone can put their camera on. I beg them put their camera on because it looks dry without it. You lot ain't even got no profile pictures. Shit just looks dry.
I've got a profile picture up.
You. If you know you got one. There's Mills. Come on, fam. Look how much better it looks already. 3 different perspectives. Who's lived it?
Who's who?
Lived it.
Lived it. He's an American brother, isn't he?
Is this your friend? Yo, lived it.
I've spoken to. He's not. I know him.
Who's that?
I've spoken to him.
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? This is pretty cool. I've actually used this before, but I'm not familiar with it. It's not like Hangouts.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah,
Hangouts is dead. Hangouts died. It died.
Who's that, family? Who's
I was
that?
talking to Bell. I was texting Bell. I was seeing if he was going live. He was like, nah, he said, you guys are. I said, fuck it. Stop by before I head out.
Where you from? New York?
Yeah.
Queens. Yeah, we spoke before.
Sounds familiar. I don't really, I float around.
Red Pill Trill.
Yeah, I've heard of you. I know a few people listening.
Yeah. You had some words with Bullets one time on my show. No, we're not Bullets. With Ashley.
It could have been. Oh no, Ashley's my man. That's Squid, I call him, right? He's another in the South or something like that, Texas, right?
Yeah, he's in Texas.
Yeah, homie's cool, man. I actually had to apologize to him for that. But it's because of the culture online. There's so many gays. But anyway, I heard you guys talking at domestic talk.
The guys are talking about relationships or something. What was going on?
Yeah, man, that lets me know fall is definitely coming. Autumn is en route.
Well, cuffing season.
Why you say that?
As soon as the leaves start falling off the trees, suddenly, if you notice, well, I don't know how it is out there, but at least here in the city and most of the country, in the summertime, late spring and summer, it's all of this movement. Everybody fronting like they're fucking and sucking, and everybody's, everybody's got an attitude, this, that, and the other, la, 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 la. Girls and guys, right? And then as soon as the leaves start falling off the trees, it start getting windy, a little cool at night, suddenly everybody starts thinking of being lovey-dovey. I've always...
yeah.
And the colder it gets, Like if you hang out all the time, and you know, if you're being honest, it's not every time you hang, especially if you're every day. Usually, like, you know, maybe once or twice a week or something. You know, you meet up with a nice girl or whatever, and you wind up going to a hotel, or unless you got a regular friend, you know. As they get older,
Hey, Mills, what you munching then?
Corn on cocktail, Chris, and I'm just digging into these.
Munchies. Munching on munchies, eh?
my man is having a case of what I'm gonna have in about an hour. The munchies.
The monkey. The cereal.
I'm trying to get over a cold, and I'm trying to
Try to
smoke
eat quietly,
myself
though,
out of
man.
it, which is stupid.
You trying to smoke yourself out of a
Drink some
cold?
rum.
Yeah,
never worked
man.
for no
You
one.
know how it is. When you got good weed, you use any excuse
Rum and honey, man.
to smoke. No, I know all of these things, you know, garlic and everything. But when you got good weed, and if you don't got nothing to do that day, you'll use any excuse. You're like, oh, my allergies are going. I got to smoke some trees. Sorry.
I was gonna ask you, is it legal
And
to
it never
smoke
works.
weed in New York
And
now?
it never
or what?
works as well, you know.
It never works, bro. It never works. But fuck it.
Any excuse,
Yo, is
man.
it legal to smoke weed in New York now? Or what?
Is it easy?
No, legal. Is it legal?
I'm not sure. I think it's I don't really know. I don't know. It might be like Boston where it's decriminalized, where you just, but that's like the kids and shit. Like I don't, you know, I buy weed to smoke. I don't, you know what I mean? That selling this shit, that was in high school. I don't even know
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they would know. I know I don't give a shit. When I get a kid come see me or come to the bar or something, give me an O or something. Like I don't, you know, the type of attention I would be focused on, that's the last thing. If I got ran down on, you know, I would probably get laughed at by a restaurant. Like they'd probably be pissed. Like this is all he has. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know whether it's legal or not, but I know someone like me can get caught with. They wouldn't. It's not a concern. You know, it's like seeing old people in the park feeding birds. You ever notice they can have an open container or something? Cop cars drive right by, but you could be a punk kid hanging out on the corner, drinking a beer or something. They roll you.
Well, England would be the last country that ever that legalizes it, right?
Really? I thought you guys would be before us, since Holland is close to you.
Hell no. Hell no. England got to
Why?
uphold this image. Nah, man, this is the image of England, innit?
They
Proper.
can't uphold it. They made the first opium dens and shit. Like they used to be cracked out back in the pirate days. And they got a problem with weed? I thought you guys would be first. I thought we were behind the times.
We still got a monarchy, but I'm saying
Thank God.
People love this image. Thank God. You think so? How so?
Well, please, you know, understand that I don't say that with you know, stones in my chest or something. Like if you tell me that it's wrong, I'll agree with you right now because it's your country, not mine. But I'm just saying, from a Yanks perspective, especially right now, what I've seen in history, the fact that you guys have, you know, at some point, someone's got to answer to grandma at Buckingham. Because of that, I think that prevented a lot of the fuckery that you see in our politics here at home. Like all of this alt-right goose step and shit here, if there was some group of old timers, you know, who actually owned the country, that at the end of the day, even though they don't get in politics, they can jump in and cool the waters. If we had that, a lot of our shit wouldn't be the way it is. But it would be
it's a bit vague, though,
here.
man. I mean, it's a bit vague, like the powers that
it is. But compare her monarchy to the House of Saud, where you have many countries that have monarchies, but you have few, if any, that have a monarchy that typically doesn't get involved in anything unless the waters get too choppy. Once the kids get too out of control, then at some point grandma and grandpa step in. Now compare that to the House of Saud, where his grandchildren and sons, not even the king himself, a bunch of princes are running around brutalizing everything. Like, you know what I mean?
True, but you know, to be honest, I couldn't really tell you one decision she's made that's actually benefited anybody. So,
like I said, bro, it's your country,
that position
not mine.
is kind of pointless, bro.
If you say that's what it is, I'm inclined to shut the fuck up or agree with you because it's your country, not mine. You know, I can tell you things about New York. That's, you know what I mean?
It's not my country, bro. I'm like a
well, my
Babylon.
bad.
Traveling through
That's-
Babylon.
That's some shit on my part. I always assume you European guys are in England.
What you got there, Annabelle? What's that?
My hemp tea, bro. Hemp tea. Come on. Hemp tea. Get me.
Salute.
Get me. I don't play
Open
about,
up,
bro.
let's see what's inside.
My man got the.
Hemp
Let me
tea,
see
yeah.
that. Let me see. Put that on the screen again. Fucking.
Bro. Hemp
What it say? Kanjarak?
So herbal
Oh,
drink.
it's from it's German. Jacob
Yeah,
Hoodie,
it's either
right?
German or Dutch or something like that. Let me find out. Hold on.
No, it looks
What is
official,
this?
bro. It's corporately packaged and everything. It's not like from some character in a fucking alley somewhere.
No, it's proper,
Yeah, that
proper
looks
things.
official.
It tastes like proper hemp, you know.
That
It's
looks
just hemp
official.
tea, you know. But it's
Yeah,
good
I know
stuff.
what it
It's
is.
good stuff.
I never
Let me
had
see
it, but I know
inside.
what it is.
Let me see if it's the proper thing.
Let me see where it comes from. Hold on.
It
Forget
looks
where it
German.
comes. I'll show us the
It
package.
looks
Let's
German,
see
you know.
inside.
It looks German. Look.
Let me
It might
see
be
it inside.
Belgium or
I'll tell you if
something,
it's
but it
German
looks
or not.
German.
Yeah, I think it is from Germany.
The words look
It's-
German, you know.
Yeah, they do. But it tastes good though. It does taste good.
I imagine. Put some honey in. I never had hemp tea, but tea I like. It's just like the weed. Like if I'm smoking weed, I like to smoke it. If it's tea, I like to drink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me show you quickly the bag as well.
They prescribe that, I heard. Like here, I think in Cali or something, for like old timers with glaucoma and shit.
Yeah,
It's a
good
green
stuff,
tea,
man.
no?
Good stuff. What, this one?
Yeah.
No, it's just a hemp. That's all. Hemp tea.
No, but I'm saying when you
Without the-
actually boil, when you add the water, it's a green tea, right? It's a green in color.
Yeah, proper green. That's how you know it's a hemp tea, innit? It's proper green.
Right.
Show us the tea bag.
Hold on.
Bust the tea bag open. Let's see this, man.
Yeah. Let's see
Some
what's
shit.
in there. Let's have a look. Can you see the bag?
Yeah, it's
Hold on.
official.
It looks like Tetley's tea.
It looks like Lipton.
Look.
that
That's what it is.
looks like mush.
Yeah, peace, man.
Yeah, it looks like shake.
Yeah.
It looks broke up like shake.
Yeah, it's just hemp. It's a hemp plant, innit? Hemp. Look.
Yeah, that's definitely what's up.
Hey, Empress
Just to
Becca.
put some tobacco in it.
Well, you.
Oh, same.
Oh, yeah,
thought
Prince
she-
Becca.
Hey,
What one?
Don't laugh,
She
man.
flew the
Hey, don't
bird.
laugh, man. You're gonna make her turn the camera off.
She flew the bird. She's flying the bird right now. I thought she was. I
Go
thought
on,
they
go
were
on.
laughing because she was rolling
At
up.
least you're covering your head, you know what I mean? Like a proper Israelite, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
a
man.
good look.
Modest.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's good.
Well, I don't know.
Bruv, don't start, bruv, man. No, bruv.
Huh?
Boy, I recommend you, Rebecca, stay off them vapes, man. I heard them vapes are not good for your lungs, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing things.
Neither smoking in general is any good for your lungs, mate.
True,
True,
but
but
I
I've been
mean,
hearing some negative reviews about them vapes, man.
I always had
Smoking
negative
nicotine and weed is bad for your lungs. So
facts. I'm doing that right now. But I was thinking about using vape like 2 years ago, and the kids started telling me, to use it. But I was looking at it, I'm like, concentrated what? That's all
They haven't
chemical.
made-
It must be
they
even more
haven't done
potent
any-
than a regular cigarette.
They haven't done studies long enough to actually see the long-term effects of the vape.
I'm sure
That's the thing, man.
they're fucking disastrous because it's a concentrate. I just thought of how when they make vape for weed, that's all resin, like concentrated oil, like it's potent.
And they
So-
even got tobacco ones as well. So
Right. So that must
worse.
be like super cancer. Like, what are you doing?
right. I don't know. What about you lot call it hookah, shisha? That's it. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
10 cigarettes at a time or some shit.
I'm certain.
Apparently, that's what I heard.
Every hookah lounge that I've been to, it could be one lamp set up and the whole place is lit. Like not even a
Bro,
single
that shit.
cigarette does that. It takes a cigar to do that.
That shit
So I knew
leaves
that
my
that shit
throat.
was bad.
Yeah, that shit fucked up my throat, man. Can't smoke that shit for too long.
Yeah, not for too long. It's fun when you're doing it, and then
Yeah,
I get to a point where I'm like, yeah, my throat's like, that's enough.
yeah,
You know, I like the big smoke. I like the big smoke.
yeah.
Big smoke is,
Uh,
you know, I like the
yes,
big smoke.
I'm
It's
smoking
entertaining,
now.
you know?
I can't say shit.
It's like being a kid again, man, and you're blowing in the cold air.
Yeah, you know, big hoots and that. It's nice, but I'm not a fan of vapes. You know? Vapes, no. Like that shit leaves like a deposit of oil or liquid or whatever on my chest. That's no. Vape is no good.
Yeah,
I got myself a vape. I was beating it out for like 2-3 days. By the end of them 3 days, where I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, man.
You
The
see
way
what I'm
they have,
saying, man? That's what the reviews are saying, Jedi. They're saying that it really mashes up your lungs, man.
Bro, my chest was rattling. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
yo, I might as well just smoke cigarettes. And that's exactly what happened. So I went from smoking spliffs to then to going to the vape to then just smoking cigarettes again.
Right, just full 360, man.
Yeah.
well, by now, the way they got the botany down to a science, especially the kids here in this city, they should get it down to a science where everybody could have like a 20-gallon fish tank in their house, and you can grow your own weed. You know, all natural. They ought to, let that shit come online. So at least when you're smoking
thing
weed,
about-
you don't get all of the what do they call that? Carcinogens or whatever. Empress probably knows that word.
You still get
Carcinogenic,
carcinogens in it, though.
whatever. Yeah, that shit.
Do they put when people smoke weed? Did they put tobacco in it? How do you smoke weed?
Some people
I mean,
do.
I
smoke
do.
Mario tobacco.
I'm doing that right now, but I have to.
Hey,
Not
Betty.
a lot of Americans smoke like that. In Europe, that's how we pretty much smoke standardly. But
Americans
a lot
don't
of
smoke like that. They
Americans
smoke
do, right?
straight. I get looked at weird my whole
You
life.
got
because
tobacco
I do
papers,
it.
though, don't you?
Oh, well, I smoke.
You
I
got
thought, I
tobacco
smoke
papers,
pure
though, innit?
only.
No, I'm rolling with bamboo.
What about swishes?
Man,
You lot fuck with
good.
swishes, innit?
That was when we were kids. That was like blunts and Phillies. You know, that was when when you're teen. Well, to be honest, everybody still smokes like that today. I'm just telling you how I do it. Because I smoke, but I don't have the tolerance that I had when I was a kid. And the things that I do now, I can't afford to be, fucking high as fuck. You know what I mean? Like if you feel a little nice for about an hour or two, that's great. But I got shit to do, or I got, people I can't afford to be, so relaxed. You know what I mean? So that's why I dilute it by just smoking small joints, and often there's a lot of cigarette in it, like this one. It's almost like if you like drinking
Perfect.
whiskey, right? You have people at lunchtime when they leave the office and they go have lunch. Often you'll see people drink a beer, or you'll see the ladies, they got a little white wine or something. If you're one of them guys, investors or some shit, high intensity, when they go to lunch, they'll drink hard liquor, but they ice it and water it down so much because they still got to go, check back in, go to work. So it's almost like that. It's like I dilute it like that.
Oh, by Saxy said the panel's
one of
full.
your spliffs.
What happened to
I
that?
don't like, I
I
don't
thought
like
we was
having too
getting.
much drag in my spliff. I'm not
I
even
thought
gonna
you
lie to
guys
you.
were going down. You, Empress, and you guys were going down the the autumn boat ride.
Autumn boat ride.
Yeah, you guys were talking that domestic talk. A bright cold day.
It's a metaphor. Metaphor.
Oh, that went straight over my head.
Yeah, over my head too.
Blame it on the weed. We were weed.
No, I'm on the CBD oil, mate.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Oh, Becca, I got a link for you, you know. They got THC vapes.
Ooh, send it, send
Nice.
it, send it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
very nice.
Is what
Literally.
is the strength? Is the strength good? Too?
Yeah, literally, you can pick. He's got very strong, and he's got mild, and he's got weak. So it's like it depends. What I mean by you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Are you selling
Strong
them?
being, you take one draw, you feel like you're smoking on. You just had a whole spliff of one draw.
Wow.
Yeah,
Are you
that's the
are you
strong.
Wow.
selling them, or you just got a link to someone who's selling them?
I got a link to someone who said them.
got licked.
Oh shit! And what are they just? Obviously, it's a dispensary or something where they just mailing this shit out.
Yeah, literally, man. It's
Yeah, because
just you know what I mean?
CBD oil is actually legal in England, which I don't understand, but you know, still got THC in it.
It's legal in
No,
some
no,
places
if you haven't
here
got
too.
This is what a lot of
THC, you
people are
know,
doing as well now.
The ones I smoke's got
Just putting
THC in it, mate.
Just putting the
because it's
CBD
not
sticker and just
legal
chucking
yet,
around
so
with
I
it.
don't think it will have the THC on it, or you shouldn't have.
I have. I've got CBD oil with less than 2% THC in.
Yeah, and
What they
was it
sell in the
0.2?
shop, though.
Yeah, they sell it in the
Yeah,
shop,
yeah.
£25.
Yeah. You can get them now. You can actually
That
get
is
CBD
big right
now
now.
from a shop from
Wow,
Essex
I
and
thought it was
it's like
illegal, you know.
It's a
They
good
No.
can
business to
sell it.
invest in right now. CBD.
Yeah, the
CBD is
CBD
actually
is
going to grow in the next 5 years as well. So obviously it's going to
yeah.
start with CBD and then THC.
yeah, and then
There's no point getting the CBD oil
eventually
though.
they're gonna have to make it legal. Eventually,
100.
There's no point getting the CBD oil though. If you're looking
why
for any
isn't it?
benefits, there's no point. Because you need, if you're looking for health benefits, you need the THC with it to
Well, that's what.
obviously
Yeah, I've
help
got
you.
it. That's what I'm saying. The one I've got is actually got THC. Where is it?
No,
What
like
else
more THC, Becca. Because what they do is,
I've got this one. It's Dr. Hemp. Can you see it?
see what I'm saying? They're taking their piss. Just making hemp, using hemp
I
to the
know, there's
full
probably ain't nothing
advantage.
in there as well. Anyway, yo, you
Making dough.
and ladies, panel's full in it, so let me jump out. I'm on 7%. Jedi, get back in there.
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
Alright,
Big up,
bless up,
man.
bro.
Like,
No combo.
raw in the building.
in a bit,
I
fam.
mean, I don't
Big
want
up,
to waste
bro.
your
In a
time
bit.
here.
Come on, bro. Do your thing. Yeah. So yeah, man, the CBD thing I tell you now is dead. What it's not even dead. What it is you need to take a lot of it for it to have an effect. So we've all got CBD receptors in our skin, right? And our body produces CBD as well. But what it is when we smoke it, our body can tell basically that it's come from a synthetic source. So it's
Okay.
coming from outside the body. So
Mm.
what you need to do is that's why you need a THC next to it. So it tricks the mind that basically that CBDs come from your body.
Mm.
And that's why THC is so important.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think
Yeah,
So
just,
this is why
people
they're
should
trying to
make it more
this is why you
available.
need more CBD for everything to go right.
because it's good for anxiety and stuff. But yeah, just DM me the link in it and I'll have a look. Because I'm getting paid soon.
Jeez.
Trying to figure this shit out.
Hey.
Where's Jets?
He's done a missing on us. So what are you saying? What was you lot talking about before?
Nothing. We was just chatting.
I thought it was a whole combo.
Oh no, we were just chatting. I was talking about my son starting school and stuff, innit?
That must have been how it started.
Yeah, all the kids are back. I bet you're gassed. You're like, yeah,
Hey,
sometimes to
6
yourself
hours
now.
a day. 6 hours a day.
So like, I'm assuming that most of you are parents, right? Or if not all of you.
Most of
Yeah,
us.
most of us.
I look at it and I wonder, even with my friends and family and shit, like I ask them, because I hear it all the time. It's usually the friend or family member who's single winds up getting all of the fucking reports and having to do all the advisement and shit. This is just the way life is, right? So you want to talk to everybody, they come to you. when you have a kid and you're not with the original wife or the original mother or the original father or something like that, at what point during the relationship, for those of you who aren't with your original, whatever, whoever you had the kids with, at what point did you start thinking about how life would be once you leave this person? Because you can leave them, but, because of the children, you're always attached. Like, at what point did it really start to sink in that that's going to be a reality? Like, is it at the end of the relationship, or is it as you see things going sour?
Well, that's a question.
I'm smoking and I'm sick, so I'm more loopy headed than normal.
I think with women, well, actually, I shouldn't talk for all women, but for me, I think like we kind of leave the relationship mentally first. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Before we actually up and leave. I mean, obviously, any other woman can jump on the panel. I mean, Betty, you can obviously have your little 2 cents, so you might have a different opinion. But from with other women I've spoken to, it's like they leave the relationship mentally, but they just stick around to try and work at it and try and make things better.
Make the transition smoother.
Yeah, to try and obviously
has nothing to do with making it better at all. It has to do with making sure there's enough money for the move, for this, you know what I mean? Leases are corrected, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
But a big sign of your relationship going south is when the girl don't want to fuck you no more, bro. That's when you know, like, okay, something's up. Do you know what I'm saying? When the girl don't really want to be like sleeping with you, or there's loads of
yeah. Well, it's actually over way before that. Like, I'm one of them guys so when I grew up, like in the family, there's many, like it's like 4-to-1 in terms of women to men. Like, it's, many girls, right? Aunts, cousins, everything, right? And in the neighborhood, largely, it seemed that way. So for the guys that grew up like us, that were the only guys doing, guy shit in the neighborhood, we definitely I definitely understand what you're talking about. That's why I was joking when I said it's not about they stick around and make things better. No, that's a transition phase. You're sticking around to make the transition cool.
Could be. I mean, with me though, it was like my relationship was a lot more complicated, so it was a bit mad.
So,
because it was a DV relationship, so there's a little bit domestic violence.
Aren't most of them? I mean, at least as far as allegations go, most of them that I hear from friends, family are, at some point, someone always alleges that. Usually the female in some way, like, aren't, because DV in terms of physical DV, and then there's the emotional DV, you know what I mean? Like, mental anguish.
My one wasn't really an excuse. It was actually true. I have evidence. We've been caught. Like, he went to prison. There's a restraining order. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I know what you're saying. Some women do kind of, which is pretty bad. Like, I don't rate women that kind of try and use a DV thing to split up. Or obviously, I know some women. I mean, like my first baby father, his wife, and all that's trying to do that now. Now that they're not together no more, she's all trying to say, "Oh yeah, like you was abusive towards me," and but do you know what I'm saying? So
she's raising these allegations now. You're saying
now that she split up with him, yeah. But obviously, she ain't got no problem.
Balls that it takes to do that.
Like, she ain't got no problem to call him up and cuss him down the phone and shit like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just a bit like, love. Like, if you was petrified of him, you wouldn't be calling him up, screaming and shouting and cussing him out.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's not what someone that's suffering abuse does. And I'm talking from experience. You don't do that because
you don't pursue the person.
Yeah,
you're trying to get away.
Exactly. Like, it's like you'd be too scared to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you'll be scared of the repercussions of what was going to happen.
Precisely. So, I didn't mean to, get deep. I just thought that that's where you guys' conversation was going eventually. At least I was going to go there. Because I always wondered, like, I'm someone who you know, at this age in your life, you don't start having kids. I didn't do that when I was young. I ain't gonna start now. Fuck. Like I think guys, you know, you got to be realistic about shit, right? And
So
I
what?
didn't
Have you
get caught
got
up in
children
anything.
though? Have you got children?
No, that's what I'm
Okay, now
saying.
how old are
Like,
you?
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 40 next year. I'm
See,
turning
I'm
39
35,
this year,
brother.
right?
I'm
In
on
years
my
older.
way. I'm 35, you know.
I'm on my way.
I can't even hear him. He sounds broke up. Say that again.
No, sorry, I was saying I'm 35, so I'm on my way. You know what I mean? To the 40s.
You're 35 to the 40s.
No, I said I'm 35 and I'm on my way to 40s. It's gonna take me
Oh,
what?
trust, champ. I already know this to be a fact. Listen, check this out, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody that I grew up with in my age group,
yeah,
including my fucking brothers who are younger than me, all of
yeah.
these motherfuckers, mental anguish alone makes them all like 15 years my senior already. Already. And I'm at the age now, if you're here too, when a man crosses into his mid to late 30s, this is where you see any type of anguish mentally or emotionally, it shows up on him physically immediately. Like this is not the baby fat age when a man's in his 20s, early 30s or something. By this time, whatever fuckery is in your life, it begins to take a toll on you. It takes you a little extra time to get off the toilet when you take a shit. You ain't got that spring in your step, and you're protruding when you put your t-shirt on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying. Believe me. And I also see that uh, for my friends and certain family members, the guys around us, that they actually have a good family or loving, good as in loving. You know, everything ain't perfect, but the wife loves them and the kids do too. I see the difference in them. Now, all of those guys, even those of them that are older than me, I can see the quality and the happiness in their life to the point I could tell them enjoying life in a way that I never will be able to, because you know what I mean. That's for a woman. I would imagine it's the same thing. At least I see it in their face too. Like you take a full grown man or woman, if they are truly loved by their spouse and their children, regardless of whether or not they're millionaires or anything, but when there is genuine love there and it sustains them through life's storms, and they ultimately, people like that ultimately wind up enjoying life much more than a single person, you know, no kids, anything like that. Like, it may look fly now, you got your own money, you ain't got none of the drama that other people have, this, that, and the other, and it actually seems like you have more money than you actually do because you don't have the expenses of children and spouses and shit, you know what I mean? So that seems flying cool for a minute, but later in life, I imagine on the other side of these 40s, as you knock 50, it starts to look real dark and gloomy, you know? So I'm not bigging the shit up. Like, I know what I face. But for the conversation, I was just curious. For those of you who have
Yeah,
children,
people just
even
getting in
though I know you
relationships, they don't want to be lonely though. You know what I mean?
say again,
I said there are a lot of
can't
people just in relationships because they don't want to be lonely or they don't like their own company. And they settle for some shit that ain't really for them.
facts,
You know what I mean?
facts.
You know
And
what,
I'm
Jenna?
one.
That's so true, man. That's so true because a lot of people are unhappy and they're in relationships.
Most. All I'm a
Yeah.
single dude with no kids and too old to go down that path of fuckery, right? If you slip at 40, you'll slide until you're dead.
How are
Right? You can deal
you
with a
old?
crazy relationship in your 20s, not in your 40s.
No,
No,
hang
sir.
on. How are you too old? My sister's partner had his first child at 46, i.e., my
Uh,
niece. So this idea that you're too old to have kids in your 40s, that's bullshit.
you got to give me a chance, though. Perhaps you would want to ask why someone feels that way before you just outright say
He's
it's,
asking you. That's what he's
BS.
asking you.
Well, tell us. Why do you
I
feel
did
like
okay.
that?
Okay, so I'm a Yank. I'm not in Europe, right? I'm here in New York City. So our interpersonal relationships, it's largely the subject of entertainment for yous abroad, right? When you see how crazy and psychotic and stupid it
Broad.
is, right? It looks absolutely
Broad.
mad here. It looks
Broad.
absolute.
You mean woman, not broad, woman.
I didn't
Not
say
broad.
broad. I said interpersonal relationships, how men and women deal with each other here. It's largely entertainment for use abroad. So I deal with a whole.
What I'm saying to you is don't call me abroad because that just comes across as
Who called you abroad?
That's what you're saying, abroad.
That's not what I said at all. I didn't even mention that word. What the fuck are you talking about?
Woman. You know what I'm talking about, woman.
I didn't say broad. Did anybody hear me say broad? Am I bugging?
Say broad.
All right, so I know what this is. So I didn't say that. I think he's live. Maybe, I don't know if you want to mute and rewind it back or something, but whatever. But I'll let somebody else take it because I know where this shit's going.
I can see why you ain't got a woman.
Oh, it's one of those situations. Right. So anyway, anybody else? I was just curious, guys, when I heard Empress and you guys talking, and I always the same shit I ask the guys at the bar, and when they come to me with the sob story, I say, at what point did you know that the relationship wasn't gonna be what you thought it was in the beginning, but now you got these children? So at what point did all of this start to, did this reality start to seep in? Was it at the end of the relationship or when you knew it was going down? You know what I mean? Because then the natural question is, could it have been prevented? I mean, you wouldn't have a child or a commitment with someone that you knew for the rest of your life is going to attach you to that person. And if you knew that person was fucked up, you wouldn't do that. If that's what you knew. So clearly, you know what I mean?
What's happening? It's gone quiet.
I don't know. I think the topic, fuck.
It could be the reception, you know. Why is everyone gone quiet? I'm just eating, that's why I'm not talking.
Because he's depressing us. He's giving a monologue.
Betty. Apparently, people are saying he said abroad, not broad. You know, abroad.
Yeah, but you don't even go there. You can already. I already sense the sentiment.
If you said that, and I apologize, I thought you said broad.
You can't apologize after the way you responded. I mean, it's not gonna. Okay, I'm wrong. You can say and do whatever you want.
You don't have to accept my apology, but if I misheard you, then I apologize.
No, but you were told consistently, and you wanted to insist because you have something else on your chest. I hear it. I'm sure others do. No one's deaf here. Ain't no Helen Keller's on this bitch, so I understand that you're coming from somewhere, and it's all good. I don't come around like that. I'm trying not to get into it with your silly ass.
I'm entitled
to my opinion on
you, sweetheart. I'm not forcing you to accept my apology, but if you don't want to accept it, that's fine.
Roger that.
You don't need to bitch about it.
Jesus, Roger.
If you don't want to accept it, don't accept it, and then keep it moving.
Okay, Roger.
No,
Jesus.
Roger, no, I'm not a man. But just keep it moving.
That's not a name.
Well, that's obviously
it's a confirmation
why you don't have a woman. If a woman apologizes and you can't even accept it, then that's probably why you don't have a woman. If you don't know how
many
to compromise.
So Empress, I'm curious as to your assessment of this fucking situation.
God, you're quite rude as well, aren't you? You're quite a narcissist.
Rude.
Yeah, you are.
Or who? I can't really see the names here.
You like to control the conversation. I know you like to control the conversation. You did a whole monologue. You did not allow anyone to input. And then when I input, you have a problem with it.
Right.
You know, when I said that, you was going on about how you're 40 and you can't have children, and I just mentioned that I know someone who was 46 when they had their first child, and then you went, well, you can't say it's bullshit. You need to know why, and then you gave another monologue as to why you can't have kids in your 40s, but you didn't really explain. It was more about psychobabble. Psychobabble. That's what you're doing.
That's what you sound like, right? It literally sounds like babble right now, like marble in the mouth babble. Like,
Yeah. I feel the same about you, then, sweetie. I feel the same about you.
all right, Jesus
Yeah,
fucking
so
Christ. Good. Salute.
Yeah, okay, then do it with your chest.
Go have a
then.
Mai Tai. Get some ice.
Get some what? God, you're rude. God, you're an arrogant so-and-so, aren't you?
Jesus, you can make a bitch say God without touching her. Look at this. Trill. Nobody, I guess it's done.
No, I don't know where Jez keeps
Oh,
going
there
to.
you are.
I'm still here. I'm still
What's
here.
good in the hood?
Not much, man. It's my little boy's birthday yesterday.
What?
Big up all
Oh.
the September babies. Big up all the
Oh.
September babies. All right, just to make an announcement. It's my birthday, 15th of September. So put that in your diaries.
Yo,
And come
Man,
yeah?
you
stop
know
trying
what?
to steal the little kid's
You know
shine, man.
You know what? Yo, no, I'm
He
gonna
just came on instead of
yo,
toddler's birthday. He came on like, yo, fuck that, yo, my party's going down.
Yo,
15th of
You know what it
September,
is.
yeah, family? Don't forget.
the best people was born in September. Big up the Virgos.
You don't know,
Facts.
you don't know.
Big up the
Big up.
Virgos.
Facts.
Yes, you don't know. Don't mess with the Virgos, yeah?
Facts.
Yeah, man.
My birthday is on the 22nd, so everyone put that in your diary too.
Libertaria, keep your scales level. Fuck 'em.
Well, technically, they class me as a Virgo Libra because I'm on the cusp. So
Yeah,
You're
but
actually right
at
at the
least-
border.
at
You know
least-
back
at
there.
least-
You're
I'm on the
at
border.
least it's the real Libras. It's the real Libras in September, not them Scorpio ones in October. Motherfuckers is confused.
Well, Chemo's sister is September 15 as well. Big up
What?
Chemo's sister. Big her up.
Facts.
Big up Chemo's sister. Come on.
And stay away from them horned motherfuckers. Good God. I met a Gemini. I thought it was two people. It was like 6 of them bitches in one fucking person. I was like, oh, you're nuts.
Lord.
Certifiable.
I like being a Virgo Libra.
It's tight.
Yeah, I feel like Virgos are very spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? They're really
It's because
spiritual.
they got the third eye.
We got
Plus,
the
we're
scales,
born on
innit?
the ninth month, and the number 9 is a really powerful number. You know.
I found with them, it's not that they're virginized like the Virgo. It's just they see through the bullshit of other
You
people's
don't know, of
so-called
course.
clean, other people's so-called clean
Oh,
robes.
right,
It's
look.
like Virgo's got the black light. They see all the
Kimmel's
stains
birthday.
on that shit.
Kimmel's birthday is 2 days after mine, bro.
What? Chemo just September 24, bro. It's like all the Virgo family are attracted to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, nice one. We got bear
We got
Virgo.
the Virgo family all up in here, man. Come on.
But hang on, is he a
Man's over
Virgo
here
or
playing.
is he a Libra? Because he's on the 24th, so he might be a
Actually, he's
Libra.
on the border. He might be a Libra, you know.
He might be a Libra, you know. I don't think he's a Virgo. I think he's a Libra. But same way, bro. If you're a Virgo, I'm a Virgo Libra, so you're still part of my family. Same way.
It's funny, yo, because my mum's a Virgo as well. It's funny how children are born in the same months that their parents are born.
It's crazy.
Well, Ken was saying
You know,
like 10 people in the family is born in September,
Don't
man. That's
literally
Yeah,
like
me too. Like my mum is born a day, 2 days after me. I'm the 11th, she's the 13th. And my dad was born on the 1st, and my sister was born on the 12th of the same month. So it's really weird. And my sister's daughter is also born in the same month as well.
you know what's
Dun, dun,
you know what I
dun.
find weird with my lot, right? So obviously my bigger daughter, who's 15, she's gonna be 15 this year, should I say. She well, her birthday's in December, but she's like the 4th of December. And then you've got my middle daughter, she's the 3rd of March, and then you've got my son, who's the 4th of September. So they're all on the 3rd and the 4th of the month.
Shit.
Which is kind of crazy.
Damn, but that's well. Fuck it. it's going to be real hard to do any type of surprise birthday parties. They all know.
Think about Virgo people, they're really sensitive though. So don't fuck about with us, you know?
It depends. Yeah, we can be, but like you know what it is with us. It's like we are sensitive, but we tend to put a face on to disguise that we're not really.
That's
truly
it.
hurt.
We never show our feelings. We never show them.
That's it. Yeah, we hide our feelings. Like even though we're
that's
hurting
why
inside.
I'm very good at that, you know?
But that's why it's next to the scales of Libra. Like, what you ever see how you've used a triple beam or seen a scale before? You see how sensitive? A grain of sand throws the scale off. It's a fact. Now that doesn't mean that when you're young, that means, you know, that Virgo Libra type, like, you know, it's hard dealing with, you know, not blackening somebody's eye, you know, when they do some fugazi shit, like they really, because you go out of your way to be nice, you know, that's a trait. So that when you actually do see something or blow up, the flip side is a Virgo Libra type, whenever you do blow up, you don't show your side, but when you do it, it's not because something happened right there on the spot. It's not like an Aries where right there on the spot. It's because you've been scratching tick marks off, giving this motherfucker time and time and chance and chance and chance and chance. And then finally, you know, scales throw off. That's usually how the emotions run with those types. When they do blow up, it's because they've been holding a lot of shit in. It's true. They're not impulsive. That's a gift and a curse. You know, because some people would say you hold grudges. I say fuck them.
See, Pisces, because my middle daughter, she's a Pisces. Bruh. Like,
that's
this child, bro, you're telling me, right?
They're like goldfish. If you fuck with the water, they could go belly up.
I'm telling you, literally, it's like she hasn't got no middle ground. Do you know what I'm saying? She's not at all. It's either extremely happy or extremely pissed off.
Right, I'm gonna die.
You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to kill me.
There's nothing in between.
What do you mean I can't go to the park? You're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
No.
I hate you. Yeah. Telling you.
But you know something? I'm watching a little one like that grow up now in the family. And she's Pisces. And you know, I seen her from the what do they call that? That thing sonogram that they do to use, where they show them in the fetus. That thing.
Yeah.
I seen her develop from this stage. You see, when she had a tail all the way to this beautiful little thing. You know what I mean? And I can't even really be like, I stay away because that side of the family and that person, especially their vicious ass mother, I want absolutely nothing to do with. Like, to me, the bitch got the cooties. I can't be in her presence. Like, you know what I mean? But I know the little one. So this little one is just like that. Pisces is extreme, one or the other. But now I'm starting to see something since it's moving towards teenage years. They have like a inner, I don't know how to say it, man. It's like they got some Lord of the Rings type shit with them. Like they're special. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like all children are special. I'm saying, you know, on this zodiac astrology combo we on, your little one who's a Pisces, watch that. You're going to be constantly amazed in life. I'm serious. Like, they have something special about them. Like, all that sensitivity, when they get it under fucking control and learn how to walk and talk and then become teenagers and shit, is something beautiful starting to show them. It's like they see shit that others don't. They feel shit that others can't even imagine yet. Like, you know what I mean? They're special. They're the type of little kids that you take them to the zoos and the animals want to talk to them.
Yeah, she loves animals, my daughter.
That one used to love giraffes. Like, that was her.
My daughter definitely, she does love animals. So she's been begging me for a pet and all this, that, and I'm just like, I
Oh, she's going to war with you. She already declared it. She wants a pet, and she's like, I might have to work on mom forever. Whatever.
But you know what I've said to her? I've turned around and I said, all right, cool, you want a pet, cool. Like
she's gonna pull a Stewie Griffin plan on you.
I said like she can I said she can get like a hamster or something, but
yeah, that's how to start.
yeah, I said she can get a hamster or something to start with, but
she's gonna want a dog. Just get used to it.
Oh, she's been wanting a dog for ages, but I'm not.
It's coming. You can deny it all you wish, but she already has plans to work on you.
Well, she best grow up quick and get herself a job and find herself her own house, because it ain't going
it'll grow
down
on you. Because soon you're gonna want one. Like you're gonna say no. As you've been saying, she's gonna keep with the eyes that she has, and she knows how to already pull on your heart the right way. And she's right, actually. The little one's right. You're gonna see that later, whenever the time's right. But at some point, you're gonna come across a little one, a friend or something, and the dog's gonna run. Watch, it's coming already. That type of creep, them Pisces, they know shit. They know shit. That's all I'm saying. And in the end, you always see they're right. Like it's just that they're so, it's like water. You can't grasp what they're saying. Like you're like, what? That's why they're a fish. It's like when you get into the pool or the hot tub or something, it's too hot. And after a while, when you settle in, you're like, this is exactly where I need to be. That's her element. Just saying.
No, but I said to her, like, obviously, yeah, I may consider getting a hamster or something. But obviously, I've said to her, she's got to kind of prove to me that she can be responsible enough to look after it. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I mean by
responsible, that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the challenging part for her, because obviously I've said to her, like, look, for you to have
you gotta clean your room.
Yeah, you gotta keep your room clean.
That shit's not happening.
Exactly. So until she learns how to keep her room tidy, there's not gonna be no pets.
You know why? What is that shit? Somebody here know. My man Noble would know this shit, but some people here. It's called Book of Five Rings. It's wrote by this Japanese like philosopher / samurai. He was a warrior. Miyamoto, I think his name was. But one of the rings, it's an ancient text, and one of the rings was water, right? And he would say, like, water, if you have too much of it, you flow in too many different directions. You know what I mean? And that's like how Bruce Lee used to say, water can crash or it can drop. Like, her right now, her emotion and the way, see how I'm watching a little one like this. Like, their emotions flow out like a spigot all day, every day. Like, whether they're watching a movie or telling you a story, anything, coloring.
She's like very dramatic.
They go all in, right? This little one would, between watching Saturday morning cartoons, this is just a 2, maybe 3 hour period, if that. It's usually like 2 hours or something, right? In that time frame, she would run and change her clothes maybe 6 times.
Oh, dang.
Girl put on everything from little wedding outfits when she went to like a family wedding to her costume. Like, it's their mind and their heart it's like water. It's together. It's truly like, it's like this is why I think when they grow, there's something special, because everything comes out both logical and heartfelt, like to the T, like a tsunami if they want, or like mist whenever they choose. Like, that's their gift. And that's why she can't keep her room clean. Why? Because she goes from, I want to watch this Princess and the Frog, and she changes clothes into her prettiest Sunday outfit to watch the fucking show. And in the midst of doing that, she makes a mess. Now something else comes on, she changes again. No, let's color. Like, I'm going to make you a card, mommy. Like, and then when you look at the chaos they created, you're like, fuck, you got to keep your room clean. They can't compute right now because they're too young.
But like, she's the same. She's constantly changing her clothes, constantly. I'm like,
it's a thing with them because they're all heart and mind together. It's like water. Pisces.
But what can you do?
See, if you really think about it, we're airy headed. You ever hear them say air minded? In the clouds, we're airy headed. That's why you got the bird's eye view looking like clean your room first and then you can get this. Her mind actually can't compute. She's like, huh?
Mm.
She'll get it. She'll get it.
She'll get there eventually because like I'm quite stubborn, so yeah.
Harry had it.
I'm quite stubborn, so like
You're like,
I can't.
Mom, I see everything. Do what I say do.
Oh no, she does try it, but she kind of knows like once I've put my foot down, it's not gonna go down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I've told you what
Yeah.
you need to do. If you're not gonna do it, then it's you that's losing out, not me. Because really and truly, I don't want an animal. Do you know what I'm saying? I can do without having the extra expenditure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to have the extra expense of going out and buying bloody what's it called the stuff for their bedding and the food and do you know, that's an extra expense that I don't need. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not missing out on nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saving money not having this animal, but you want it desperately. So then you've got to prove to me you can, like I said, keep your room tidy because you can't have animals in the house when you're not keeping
And
the
you're
place
making
clean.
a mess.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't do that. Like, do you want, this is another reason why I won't at this moment get like a puppy or anything like that because puppies obviously you've got to train them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they piss.
Shit, Empress, you heard my story. Don't get me wrong here, sweetie. You heard I don't even have kids. I'm an uncle and a cousin and shit like this, and I got like perhaps maybe one day godchildren to a friend or something. So I don't have no. First of all, I think just on the outside looking at it, I think you're 100% right. Simply because you're mom. So what you say goes. Period. Facts. Case closed. Right? I can't even do what you do for a weekend. You understand? I can't even have my little cousins and shit. Like, someone in the family can't tell me, hey, Julie, watch the kids this weekend. I'm incapable of doing that. So I don't have no right to, you understand? You understand? So I have no fucking, don't think that I'm saying this as some sort of criticism or something. Like
no, definitely not.
Shit,
no, definitely
I'm like a
not.
fucking caveman stumbling into the library saying, what's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have any fucking place in this shit.
Well, to be fair, actually, they have written books on parenting. I was going to say, like, they haven't written a book on parenting, but there's loads of books on parenting out there.
Oh, it would be horrible. Can you imagine me watching kids for a weekend? Julie took us to the bar. Like, what? Like,
took us to the bar,
We went to the gambling spot. We was at the pool hall. Like,
can you imagine?
We went to the diner. Like, I wouldn't do that, but I'm saying because I'm not capable of doing that, I'm not saying this is some sort of criticism. I don't, you know what I mean? All that
Yo,
shit
Mills, what you munching on, fam? Sitting there in the camera munching. What you eating?
I took the kids thoroughly dunkers.
All this talk of kids, he went and raided his kids' pantry like, yo.
I'm nicking the kids' packed lunch. Fuck it.
Right, tomorrow's Friday.
You're doing exactly what I would do, man. You're why I say I'm irresponsible.
I'm telling you, you know what? I was going to say that as well. You know what? Like, you talking about you don't know if you could handle looking after a child.
Fuck no. I would be raiding their shit
To be
just
honest
like
with
this.
you haven't tried, man. So it's not as not as hard as what people make it out to be.
Oh yes.
You just got to spend. You got to give a lot of attention.
It's not just that. I don't have a problem with that because I love children, right? Like all my little ones that I see, or on the periphery of my life, right? It's not that. The kids is no fucking problem. Like I can relate easier to them because I don't have it. I think this shit's hilarious. I watch cartoons, all that. Still drinking Capri Suns, right? But I, being in that cuss that you guys were talking about, the Virgo Libra cuss, between those, I'm one I can't deal with imbalance at all. If I'm leaning to one side of something, it hurts. Like I can't. So for me, I'm incapable of getting down with the new program, meaning there's going to be some type of expected war and animosity between myself and a mother. And I'm going to have to ignore that for the sake of children. Now, quite simply, Julie's a bit too delicate for these situations. I determined that years ago. I said I would be beside myself. I couldn't be able to function. I would be slightly, I would fall apart. So I didn't do it. Like, I'm not strong enough to go. In other words, I'm not strong enough to go through the shit that most of my friends go through. Well, not
You
most,
shouldn't compare
but,
yourself to
many.
your friends like that.
No, I don't. Ain't no comparison. I'm talking reality here, champ. I'm talking
Not just that. Yeah. What about yourself? You're telling me you never got a woman pregnant?
Never. Not even on the humble. I had to pay no ransom, meaning I ain't have to, pay for an abortion or pay some bitch child support or something like this or anything like this. Nor have I hurt any actual girl or woman to the point where I've got some girl or woman pregnant and didn't take care of the kid. I didn't have any of these situations. Condoms work, ladies and gentlemen. Facts. Well, not
You're saying pull out
100%
game
of the
strong.
time, but I didn't have any, and yeah, I've done that. I ain't gonna front. Like, I've many times raw dogged and pulled out and everything. I consider myself lucky that no one ever, because all the times that I did that, the times that I did, I was always kind of nervous, like for that next 3 months, waiting to hear, if she would say, hey, I'm pregnant. Remember that time? And thank God, you know what I'm saying? Thank God that never happened. You know what I'm saying? But I've had to pay no ransom, and I've gotten no one pregnant because I was always hypersensitive to. It's not a fear of children or something like that, but hypersensitive to bringing life into the world, and now you're permanently attached, and it may be with an enemy, like someone who truly could develop it. I've seen some horrible shit in relationships, like in my own personal life, and friends, family. I've seen some real. Beyond dramatic things. And I always said that I could deal with whatever on the streets or in life, but you can't have that in your home, in your life, in your personal life. Someone who your worst enemy is someone you fuck. I always knew that this is a no-no. I've seen too many people not continue to live because of those situations. So I avoided it.
It's not.
No, I'm
You can't
talking
take
to you
it
honestly,
personally.
champ. I say I've seen too many people not
But
here on
then you
Earth.
don't know who you're gonna have a kid with. Then you don't know. Do you know what I mean? You don't know who you're getting yourself into.
Right.
There's married couples that, do you know what I mean, that have known each other for like 20 years, and suddenly one day they just all change. Something's happened.
Yeah.
I woke up.
Right. Well, I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm not an expert because I don't do the shit. But
That's another reason why you probably ain't in a relationship as well, because obviously your mindset as well is saying to you, like, look, that's not what I want to be.
No, I've been in them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm just saying, I'm like, as of recently in my life, like past 5-6 years, like, nah, fuck all that. I kind of shut that down. Like, but for multiple reasons. You know what I mean? But ultimately, I'm doing something right now, at least for the next about another, a little bit more time where I can't have the distraction at the moment. To me, that's what it boils down to, being a distraction, because I ain't trying to have a kid. Now, it's true you don't know what you're getting in a person, and people can change. But I've never been in a 20-year relationship. And to me, on the outside, and I could be wrong, I'm all the way on the outside, but to me, I can't see how you could be around someone for 20 joints, 20 years, and you don't know what's coming, or you can't feel it. I'm around, I look at my life, I've had a few run-ins with the whole domestic thing, especially very few, nothing more than maybe a year, nothing. And within that year, the fact that it ends within a year, I already usually know something is off in the first 6 months. I know that with me. Anytime I've been in a bad relationship, I stuck around too long because I already know. I can tell, and I know others can tell almost immediately, especially if you're around a person for consecutive weeks, months. You can't be around someone for years and then suddenly everything changes and you didn't know. That's impossible. In every relationship where it lasts and then it blows up, both people knew. You're around each other too long to not know there's a problem. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It is as well. No one wants to fight in relationships anymore. It's people give up easy. What I learned through the older generation, like my grandparents especially, is that you stick through the bullshit no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they had their husbands beating them up, and they were still saying. Now
Craziness.
it's nuts. Now I'm hearing women
Craziness.
beating up the men. It's not.
Yo, I wouldn't deny it.
So what's been your longest relationship?
For me, I'd say about a year.
And is that
Yeah.
by default?
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course. I mean, because in my view, like I already knew shit was curtains for me personally, like within that first 6 months. You know, I know that sounds harsh, but it's like, it's not what type of blow up you have. It's not having a dust up with a person or a blow up. You know, you and your girl have an argument about something. She accuses you of some shit or, you know, anything else. Like, it's not about just having an argument with them. It's, how can I say it? It's the emotion, the sentiment. It's what you don't hear. It's what you feel and what you pick up on when they're expressing themselves and when you're expressing yourself. For me, a telltale sign is once, even in my head, thinking and talking about them, once I start saying bitch to myself in my head, I already know there's a part of me that already has checked out. No, I'm being 1,000, bro. I got nothing to fucking hide. I made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it. I'm here. I got my own. I don't have any fucking ankle bracelets.
I'm not even gonna lie. I get that sometimes when I'm talking with Betty, but it's all good. I'll just keep it to myself.
Once I don't know if this. I'm not saying this like this is the test, because everybody's more experienced than me. If you got a kid, you're more experienced than me. If you've been with a shorty longer than a year, you're more experienced than me. Period. Facts. And that's, I would say, at least 80% of dudes. So I'm not saying it's like some authority. I'm just saying for me, once I start going there in my mind, I know part of me is already checked out. Okay. So for me to stick around any longer, it's by default. And it was always by default. Largely, believe it or not, largely it was because I was trying to live up to like the standards of like even my grandpop's generation. You know, guys who were born in the 20s and in 1910s and shit. And back in them days, the way they did it was, you know, if you love a woman, if you're with a woman, if you love a girl, if you're with a girl, you stick with her no matter what. You know, you do the gentlemanly right thing, just so long as there ain't nothing, you know, treacherous happening, like she's stepping out on you or something. If she ain't doing any of that, then you're almost obligated to be not just a man, but a gentleman. After all, you love this woman, right? So anytime I stuck around, it was because of that. You know, I felt like I almost had to. And, you know, that's the stupidity of a young man. As I think about it now, I'd have pulled the fucking parachute cord in the first 2 weeks. Like, fuck out of here. It's a complete waste of time. It's a mental health diagnosis waiting to happen. But I salute, don't get me wrong, man. I look up to people. All my friends will tell you that. Like, I hate when we're out chilling. They're like, oh, Julia, I would do this, that. I'm like, they know me. Like, a lot of them don't even like to be around me at times because of that. Like, they know I look at them sideways. We out chilling somewhere. Like, me and a few other guys could talk to whatever or do whatever. It's like, nobody going to blow up your spot. But it's like, come on, you want to go to a strip club? Or you're talking to this little young bitch over here? What the fuck are you doing? What's Tina going to think? You know, I know her. Like, you know what I mean? They know I'm like that. Like, because when Christmas and Thanksgivings and shit like that come around to friends and family, these are the people you hang out with or you stop by, call, whatever. You know, the kids, you know, a lot of your friends, the kids, they grow up calling you uncle already. These motherfuckers are now turning like 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are fixed in stone. I can't be with you. Your sister look at me like your brother and shit. You know, I don't know, man. It's weird. But it feels awkward when you see people who are domesticated who you look at above you, and you see them when they're apart, it's like they want to be in the single life again. Like that shit, it never really.
It sounds like you never. There's a lot of pressure on people to basically get married, get in a relationship, get
That's Western culture.
have
That's what we all
kids.
face.
You know, not everyone is suitable to have kids.
This is true.
Not every single person can handle having kids. But
And
we
not
can.
just-
But then again, we're all human, and we can all learn at the same time. So you know.
But you're right on both counts. You're right, but you can't deny what you know of just American culture, even from afar.
What about American culture?
You know, just as it is, like domestically, American culture is not recently. You know, it's not what we promote is not what you would want to be involved in. When you hear people talking about family court and divorce court and alimony and child custody, these type of things you associate with American culture. Not that they don't happen where you are, but I mean, we literally make TV shows and shit about it over here. What do you think the
Yeah,
whole
we got
Jerry
TV
Springer
shows like
phase
that.
was about? Say again?
We got TV shows like that.
I understand. You're following the metrics. Like, so when we go back and you remember Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, right? People before them, Richard, you know, it was like a phase. It was like a yeah. Well, all of it. What I'm saying is all of that, the Judge Judy's, divorce courts, all of this. This is over for us here in America. This is many, many years of us making a culture of fuckery. Hold on,
I
I'll
don't
be
think
right
so.
back.
I think it's just a systematic attack on the family that's
I'll be
been
right back,
done,
bro.
you know, to split the pair of people up. Simple as that. If you want to be together, you be together. If you don't want to be together, don't be together. It's simple as that. If you actually want to be with someone, you do whatever it takes to be with that person. You would try everything at least. Am I wrong in saying so?
Oh, he bounced. Maybe he'll come back, Mills.
What you lot done?
I haven't done anything. Maybe,
What you saying, Bets? Talk to me.
maybe let's go lost connection. He's just bounced.
Are you kicking people out?
No, I don't have those powers yet. Anyway, how did your new job go?
Yeah, it was wicked today, you know.
Oh,
It was so good. I'm so happy. Started the new day. It was pretty easy, you know, first day. That's how it is. But I know, like, after tomorrow, I'm going to start getting bored of it already and finding things that I don't want to do.
hard work starting a new job.
Yeah, meeting new people. To be honest with you, I just look at the positives. So meeting new people, it's a new opportunity. It's a little bit more money than what I was earning before. So either I'm just trying to take the positives from it. Less hours. Don't have to work weekends anymore. So I got the weekends off. I can like spend some time with the little one.
Oh,
What else? Say that again, Bess.
At least that's something then.
Yeah. What else has been going on? What else has been going on? What happened to me?
We should continue our conversation we were having about the New World Order yesterday.
Here we go. Here we go. You know you can share your screen as well, yeah?
Yeah. But I think
we're going for tick for tack, yeah? All right.
No,
I
wanted to ask you more questions, but King Gold kept on trolling with his sort of pretend to be intelligent.
I think King Gold likes you secretly.
I don't like him. He doesn't even have a face. You know what? I can't understand why men who try and why do men who never show their face ask me out on the internet? what chance does a man have if you don't even have a
I don't
picture?
like that one. I don't
It
like
doesn't
that
make
one.
sense.
I'm not even gonna lie. You should never ever. Rule number one of dating online is never go and meet someone if you've never seen them in a picture.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's you know, the main thing is you got to be able to see who you're going to see. You know, what are
Yeah.
you gonna
And
do?
then,
You're gonna be like, I'm the one wearing the green jacket. Yeah, I'm the one wearing the Puma top.
no, and then get upset. I get men that get
When
upset
you
when
walk
I'm
past, then you
them.
don't want to tell them who you really are.
It doesn't make sense, you know. When I've got these random ones that think they've built a relationship with me, and I'm like, I've never even seen you're not even brave enough to put your picture. Why are you surprised that I said no to a date? You know, when you're not even brave enough to put your picture. I don't know where some men's minds work. It's strange. There's a lot of strange people on the internet.
And sometimes you got to ask the question: is maybe there's some strange women out there? Because what gives him the audacious or even the courage to come out with a line like that, thinking he's even going to get response, unless he's done it in the past and he's got a result back?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, this is. I don't know. I just thought it was really strange that people can think that they don't even have to show their face. They think that they can judge me and like what they say, and then not have to give me anything in return in terms of. I don't even know what you look like. You're in there in the comments getting Twitter fingers. Do you know what I mean? Just go play there, let me take you out. Like, no, fuck off! You're just a typer. You're just a troll. I don't know. There's a lot of strange people on the internet, unfortunately.
No, 100%, man. But you know what makes me laugh? Like, we're all strange in our own little separate ways, and that's what makes it beautiful. Understand? And then we bring all our craziness to one place. It's nice.
I mean, I would call it more. Everyone is unique.
Yeah,
Strange
definitely.
seems like a little bit sort of dangerous, a little bit
Like a weirdo sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like single white female type of thing. Dark face. But yeah. You did really well. Chatting to him. He sounded a bit depressed. That guy sounded a little bit depressed. He sounded jaded.
This is what happens, you know what I mean? When you start, like I said, you got a certain reality that you need to, certain reality that's put onto you that you need to have kids, and not just that, and a family by a certain age. And when that age hits and you don't have a family, then everyone around you has a family. Do you know what I'm saying? It's if you like it or not, it's got a psychological effect on you.
Yeah, I think it's like with the life.
You feel like you're missing out when you don't realize there's nothing.
I don't know if he felt like he was missing out. He sounded like he was actually scared of kids. That's what he sounded like to me. He sounded like he was actually scared of kids and commitment. That's what it sounded like. It's all like doom and gloom stories. I think some people, like you said, are better off single. Being in a relationship. I know lots of people that are in relationships that are not really that happy, or like Jedi said, they're only there because they don't want to be alone. I think you can be in a relationship and feel lonely. So sometimes it's important to be happy on your own, people. If you cannot deal with yourself and not happy with yourself, how are you going to be happy?
The house as well, some people are like, they ain't got a house to live in, so they ain't got no other choice but to be there.
Yeah, that's true. Economically, they're tied to that person.
I'm telling you. So, what's your longest relationship, Betty?
About a year.
You as well?
You know what? You know what, Mills? I'm all right. I'm a complete human being. I don't need a relationship to define me. You know, as they say, as my mum would say, I'm a child of God, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. To tell you the truth, there's a lot of other people who, some people are sleeping on the streets. They don't have what I have, so you know, I thank God. And when
100%.
my
Be
husband comes,
grateful.
yeah,
100% gratitude is the strongest
yeah.
feeling that the brain gives out. Big up, man, like Oba in the building. Oba, our very own Oba Sexy.
I'd like to
When
just
you're
say,
putting out new
my
content,
future
man, we ain't
husband,
heard you on the saxophone in a while.
I'd like to say to my future husband, I love you very much, and I can't wait until we meet.
That's it.
What about
Another
you,
thing that I'd like to ask is, are you even looking?
You know what? Detention. Yeah, I was for a long time. I was looking, but essentially, I'm not really looking. I'm just playing about. I'm just going around flirting. You know, when you just see me here on here, just talking shit.
Seeing, don't try it. You're just fiddling about seeing he's actually on it and he's not.
Yeah, I'm not really. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not really that concerned. Because I think what I find is when you're looking for something, you can't always find it. Sometimes it's best just to
Yeah,
be
and as soon
happy.
as you stop looking for it, it's right. Like, for example, have you ever had that where you're looking for something and all that time it's just been right in front of your face?
Yeah, yeah, this is it. You wear like, you know, like if you're wearing like glasses or something like that, you're like, where are they? Where are they?
Exactly. And
And
this
they're
is
on your
another
head.
thing. When people, you might find someone and you might find them broken. Yeah.
Mm.
And this is why I'm a strong believer of helping people to, you know, maybe excel or come out better after a relationship than just getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, learning from it and actually coming out on top. Literally.
I think our relationships take time, and I think you have to be
100%.
willing.
You just got to work at it, man. It's like anything. You got to be consistent with it as well. The thing with people, most people are in lust with each other, not in love with each other. And yeah, they're holding something that ain't.
I find, you know, I don't even know if love is the most important thing. I think you can grow to love someone. I think
Exactly.
you respect somebody. You understand each other. I think because sometimes I think love is a little bit fleeting. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like the in love feeling. I think you can grow to love someone. That's just my experience. I don't think love is the most important thing. Because you know, like in the Western concept, it's all about, oh, we fell in love and then we got married and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and the next minute they fell out of love. And I think that feeling is not enough to keep the
That's what
relationship
they're
going.
saying. It you shouldn't fall in love. You should be love. Be in love.
Break it down for us, for the viewers. Break it down more.
Falling in love means you have to fall. You understand? Being in love is literally you're inside the word, not falling for the word. Because if you can fall into love, you can fall out of love.
Yes, it's true. Very true.
So
So if you
does that
just,
even make sense?
yeah, so like,
All
just
right,
being
let's get into this debate, yeah. Because I was really upset with you, Betty. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
really upset. Go on
Really
then.
upset with you, Betty. I
I
couldn't
don't
believe
know.
it when I asked you about 9/11. You're telling me it's not
9/11.
controlled ammunition. Yeah,
Okay.
let's see. All right, let's actually watch the. Can we even watch it?
Oh. I think
All
I've
right.
actually watched it. I've actually watched it.
I
The
just
only
don't want.
thing
I
I
don't want you to get no violation. Is he gonna get a violation?
for watching that,
Wait.
there's two of them, isn't there? There's two of the and there's a David Icke one as well. I've seen both of them, but years and years ago when I used to watch Alex Jones. The only thing I could say is I think the passports are suspicious that you can incinerate a building like that and passports are found perfect.
Twin Towers
A little bit,
falling.
so it's a bit strange. Suspect.
Video. All right. As long as it's not. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Boom. Can you see my screen? Hold on.
You can only see you. Can't see
Where's
the
Jed?
screen.
Jed! If you're listening, bro, come just give me some powers, man. We want to do this.
Your stream.
Hey, the 9/11 conspiracy released, unleashed, full censored.
Let me see.
No censors here. Can you see my screen? Can you not see my screen?
Can only see you.
How do I do this? Share my screen. Share my screen. These are times. Let me get my shit together. Hold on.
Okay. The live guy, you have to wait until Jediah comes back, because Jediah is not here to let you in. You have to stay there. So I don't know what anybody else thinks of the 9/11. Me personally, I think it's suspicious. I don't believe the official line, but I can't say for 100% certain. I don't believe in that controlled demolition and them things like that. I need to research it more. I don't really like to give an opinion on something unless I've researched it. You know, I don't want to just like watch a YouTube video and say for 100% certain I believe it, because I believe in the importance of critical thinking and researching what the information that is presented to me, because you'd be amazed at what people can do by presenting something.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. September the 11th. I still can't. I keep watching this. I've watched this so many times, and it just looks like a controlled demolition.
So wait, can you give people the bullet points and me the bullet points?
All right. Here, look. The best. There's not really bullet points. I just want you lot to with your own eyes before we do anything. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
I won't be able to.
It's just a picture of it far away, of the first tower falling and then the second tower falling. No sound.
Oh.
Just literally. It starts falling about. I'll tell you now. You can even tell the way the plane's gone in. It hasn't completely destroyed the structure. Not just that, the explosions were heard as well, which don't help the situation. Here we go. About a minute in, you start seeing. About a minute in, you start seeing the first building collapse. So if everyone's watching, first minute in, you're gonna see the buildings collapse in on itself. And now I'm gonna send you a controlled demolition compilation. Yeah? Just so you can see the difference between the controlled demolition and what happened in 9/11. Simple stuff. You know? Just we're doing comparisons, that's all. You hear a loud bang, and then boom. The whole thing collapses on itself. That is absolutely nuts. And that is exactly what's happened. That's exactly what's happened to the 9/11. Not just that, to add to the conspiracy, they said that the Pentagon got hit as well. One of the most protected areas in the US got hit by a plane. That's basically, it's like, was it? They said it's impossible for a jumbo jet to go through the side of the building. Not just that, it's got the most cameras in the world. And we don't have no footage of the airplane going inside the building. And guess what that building, that plane, which room it hit? It hit the room with all the information of the Pentagon's dossier of what they did with the $3 trillion of money, of taxpayers' money. See what I mean? It's mad. So there's more to the story, and not just that. On the back of this, look what they done. They blamed it on Saddam. Yeah, first of all, I don't know how it went from 9/11 terrorist attacks, Al Qaeda, to it's Saddam Hussein dealing with it. It's like the way they flipped it round. It's nuts.
Yeah, and then I think they admitted that they got that wrong. Did they not?
Yeah, 100%. But it's funny how they got that wrong. It's like me coming over to your house, Betty, burning your house down, robbing you, and then turn around and saying to you, "I'm sorry, I got it wrong."
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's neo-colonialism and Western imperialism. That's one of the things of it. Very much like the Libyan thing. They said, "Oh, Gaddafi was going to kill his people," and then
But this is
found
what
out
they do.
later
They've been doing this for a long time, and it's like it's just everything that.
Have you read this 9/11 Commission report? Because I've just seen the PDF. It's 585 pages long. The report. I'd like to read this because I've seen the whole documentaries and stuff like that, and I think the things that I found that suspect about it is I thought the passports were a little bit strange. The passports managing to survive. I mean, how did the passport survive? Oh, Mills has popped. Oh, dear me. Where's he gone? Oh, shit. Everybody's... Looks like Betty is the only one controlling the show. Oh well. Oh, Jediah, you need to come back. It's only Betty on your show. Betty, not Betty. Betty, not Betty. Actually, let me see how many people I've got watching. Oh my god! Guess what? I've got the show all to myself. This is fucking great. You see, I've got 18 people watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Finally, I am controlling Jedi's channel. I've always wanted to do this. You know I like to come on this channel and pretend like I fucking run things. And I fucking do run things because there's no guests anymore. There's just Betty. Betty, not Betty. Widows Corner, Speakers Corner. Great. So big up Trophy Ebo, Kedu, Missiere. And to my BBO people, big is there to the Germans, whatever. Yeah, so how are we? So basically, what's going on in the world today? We've got obviously South Africa. We've got Nigerians being killed by xenophobia attacks under South Africa. Now, one of the things that's come quite apparent in South Africa, even though it was free by apartheid, it still has an economic apartheid. So the majority of the black citizens, the native black citizens, live in poverty. Yeah, so this is one of the problems, and they say 10% of South Africa's population is white, i.e., Dutch, German, and British descent. And what they are doing, they own, I think it's 70% of the wealth. So that's one of the main problems that you have. Oh, they're back! Hey, you're back!
Big you up, Betty, though. For holding up the show.
I'm back, Betty. Big up, man. From working that. But I'm back.
Okay. It's all right. I was just chatting. I finally got hold of your show all by myself, and it was all about Betty. I love being the star of the show. So yes, so let me talk. You're breaking up. Jedi, go on mute. You're breaking up. It's all about Betty today. Anyway, so Mills made a really interesting point yesterday about central banking, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about central banking. So when the government talk about who are we in debt to?
Hold on.
18.
We got the 18 people watching, bro. 19. Like up the thing.
Yes. Like up the thing. So Mills made a really interesting point about central banking. So when the government say, who are we in debt to? Yeah. So what you'll hear constantly, they'll say the national debt is so and so billions of pounds or trillions, etc. But if you watch very closely, they will never actually tell you we're actually in debt to. So central banks, I think there's about 60 central banks around the world. There are a few countries like North Korea that are, and I think Syria that are not involved in what you call the central bank. All central banks are under what they call the Bank of International Settlements. The Bank of International Settlements only loans to governments. Yeah, they don't loan to private individuals. They don't loan to companies. It's only central banks. Yeah. And this is who we owe the money to. Yeah. So when you hear the government constantly bang on about we owe this money, we've got to pay it. It's the Bank of International Settlements that is based in Switzerland's Basel. The book to read about the Bank of International Settlements is called The Towel of Basel. So anyone who's interested in that, I would recommend the book. I've read it myself. It was initially a bank that was set up to facilitate the repayment of reparations, after World War I and World War II with Germany. And they basically say it's a really secretive organization. And they basically say they're there to help monetary policy, to facilitate international monetary policy, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, it's a very powerful organization. So there's only, what did you say, Mills? It was only North Korea that's not part of the central banking system.
Russia, Iran,
and prior
Cuba,
to September, and just after September 11th,
and it was Iraq as well.
Yeah, so just after September 11th, one of the things that one of the officials from the US government, I can't remember the guy's name, he said that they wanted to go into Iraq in order to get it into what they call the central banking system. Yeah, that is one of the things that was said to be a reason why, because just as Mill had mentioned that Saddam had nothing to do with 9/11. He was just blamed for 9/11, but 9/11 was an excuse that America used in order to go into Iraq and wage that illegal war.
Gain financial gain from it.
Say that again?
They definitely had financial gain.
Well, any war that anyone wages, especially in the modern world, has financial gain. I think you have isn't America one of the biggest arms sellers in the world? As President
America's the biggest arms seller in the world.
Well, I thought it was China, but if it's America, fair enough. But Eisenhower said the military-industrial complex. That is what is controlling a lot of what goes on in America.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, the president. That's what he says. He warns about the military-industrial complex, meaning that there are military companies in America that have contracts with the government, and obviously they need war in order to sell their weaponry. What's quite interesting, if you like movies, is how the Pentagon lend out their equipment to movies. If you look at X-Men, under the credits of X-Men, the movies, you will see the Pentagon listed as one of the creditors. And so when you see all these sophisticated movies like X-Men, you ask yourself, how can a movie company afford to lend such sophisticated weapons, because movies cost lots of money to produce. And what you find is the Pentagon is behind quite a lot of the movies, these war movies, and it's basically to facilitate, the military industrial complex in America. And, very much like Top Gun as well. Top Gun, if anyone has watched Top Gun, they say the recruitment after Top Gun was released went up in America. Yeah, because they made the Air Force sexy and defending America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Yeah, so remember that. And I think another one that is the Pentagon also helped out was Iron Man. I've not seen the film, but I've heard that the Pentagon helped on that. So know that this is what they call soft power. There's hard power. Hard power is when an army invades a country, and there's soft power, which is what they call cultural imperialism. So when you see movies exported, American movies exported around the world, this is what they call soft power. American music, soft power.
Yeah,
not only that,
you got to remember what they're doing.
that-
They can send subliminal messages. Oh, they can send subliminal messages to make you feel
It's all
like
about the mind control. Hollywood is used to brainwash people all over
Alright.
the world as well. You know what I mean?
Boom.
It's a way
Tell me I
to
can watch this.
make people
I
feel
want you lot
like.
to listen to this. Jeds, give me the control, man.
Why? What's going on?
Give me the powers, man. I want you lot to
What?
watch
Can you
this.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my bro. Sorry, man. I just wanted Jeds to give me the power so you can listen to this guy.
You know what I was gonna say is I wanted to talk about a kind of topic close to my heart, which I feel kind of pain when I talk about it, but I feel like it's really important. And I want to talk about Yemen and what's happening in Yemen, because there's a big genocide going on there, and basically it's America and England and France. They've been supplying weapons to these Saudi Arabian monsters, and they've been going around and bombing children and women and everybody. There's literally over 10 million people in Yemen right now that are starving because of them. And the British
They're
are
not allowing
culprit.
any food to come through.
Yeah, and the British are culprit, and the Americans and the French, they know about. They're supplying these monsters with weapons, and no one's saying nothing. So I feel like this is a really important thing, and we should be out there on the streets talking about this because it's so serious, man. There's so many children that are dying right now. So that's just my piece I wanted to say about that. Anyone got anything else to say?
You know what, bro? I hear you, but why? We got to ask ourselves why they're doing it, and why have everyone.
I feel like it's just part of the whole agenda of to kill off more population. You know what I mean? To destroy whole civilization, to destroy whole peoples. You know what I mean? They've been doing this for a long time. They've done the exact same thing in Iraq. So it's nothing new, really. It's just part of the same agenda. That's just my take on it. Mills?
You think it's because of gender?
I said it's part of the agenda of depopulation, just killing off parts of the world population. Because why would you want to bomb all these children and women and these poor people? It doesn't make sense.
Obviously, Yemen have been doing something that hasn't
Yeah, that's
helped.
certain sects of it, but you got to remember who supplies these people with the weapons, because they don't make no weapons. So who's
They don't
giving
even
these?
call it a war.
Huh?
The thing is, what you got to remember is you've got the Saudi government that are backing one side, and then you got the
Yeah.
Iranian government that are backing another side, and then you
Yeah.
got these two. Then you got these two. Then they're creating a civil war amongst the country, and it's just nuts. It's just absolute nuts. They're sitting there
Yeah, but it
on their
doesn't mean
high balls, sitting
should
at
be.
home. Literally, they think that it's a real life movie. They're sitting at
Yeah,
home eating their fucking popcorn and watching each other kill each other while they make their money.
yes, it's fucking. These people are monsters. Them people in Saudi Arabia, they're monsters. You know what I mean? Because they've killed so many children, so many women and people, innocent people. And Yemen is quite a poor country, so it's not like people down there have got much going on. So it's just another way to eliminate more people in the world. And the thing is that these people can't even defend themselves. They're harmless.
And these are the sort of people that they, do you know what I mean? That they.
Anyways,
That
I'll be
they
getting out
that
there.
they're-
I'm gonna be getting out there on the streets talking
You're
about
gonna be-
this. You've never seen me do my work, but basically I've got a megaphone in it. I've got a megaphone.
Shut
Yeah, bro, I got a megaphone. I get out on the streets and I speak about these issues.
I think one of the things, when you say
Big up.
why would they kill children, George Orwell has a quote that explains why wars are waged, and it says war against a foreign country only happens when the monetary classes think they're going to profit from it. That's George
They're
Orwell.
profiting already, Betty, because you know what? America has sold 50 billion worth of weapons to Saudi Arabia in the last couple of years. 50 billion. And the UK and France. They've sold a lot of billions of pounds of weapons. So they're profiting massively.
Yes,
So
that's what they call the military industrial complex.
yeah, no, sure, it's true. They have massive profits, but the thing is, you're killing a whole heap of people.
But there's still
All right,
people
you lot
making
ready for
money.
this? Yeah, I've got this thing I wanted you lot to watch. I can't share my screen, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play it to you lot. Even the words this guy says, it's like deep. Even the words this guy says. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Tell me if you can hear it.
It is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So when banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. And until we start sending bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
You know what, Mills? That was a really powerful video that you put up, and I've seen that video. I'm well aware of that. That is what you call fractional reserve, which means they don't have to have a penny in their bank, and they can borrow 10 times that amount. You know what I'm saying? So I'm well aware of that, and that's what I've been saying for a long time, that the Western banks are broke. They've got absolutely no fucking money. They're broke. They've been broke for a long time. And I've been saying this for a while, but people don't get it. You know, so yeah, I'm well aware of that, Mills.
I just wanted to show a thing as well. I wanted to show Betty as well, just...
Yeah, no, that's a good video, man. Really powerful.
What do
it
you
all
think,
comes
Betty?
from America as well. It's America that started that fractional reserve banking in 19-something, isn't it?
What did I think of the video? From what I know, I think they say is that 93% of the money is what they call digital money. So the money.
Yeah, that's true. So 93, it's actually 95%. 95% of money is now digital.
Okay, yeah. So it's not actual. It's not even printed. So it's literally just digits on a computer.
It's a digit on your phone, like, which is a program that says the number.
Yeah, it's, but you know,
and not just that. You see, every time. So look, they're so clever about it. So what they say is, every time I go to so say I'm with HSBC and I go to Barclays to take out my money, that money now that I've taken out, Barclays can now use that money to say, put that on their books, basically. Does that make sense? And not only Barclays can put that on their books. Say I took out 20 quid out my bank account, yeah, but it was via Barclays ATM. Now Barclays can say, yep, I've given him £20. And my bank can say, look, we've taken we've given Barclays our £20. Now Barclays and Barclays have given our client £20. So now Lloyds Bank can use that £20 to invest in their company, as well as Barclays using £20 to invest in that in their own company. Does that make sense? So what they do is they circle your money all the way around their company, so they keep profiting with your money without you even knowing. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but it's not. Is it fair? Is it fair and just?
It's not about fair though. It's just a simple fact of they won't tell you these things, and on top of that, because you're thinking in your head, look, I didn't lose my £20, but meanwhile you don't realize is your £20 now become £100 via the bankers. You don't care. To you, you've still got your £20, but to them, they're seeing it as, look, we've circulated your £20, and now we've made that £20 £100.
I don't know if it's that people don't care. I think it's that people are not aware. People don't understand how the banking system works because they're not taught it when they go to school.
And literally, I was doing research on this, Betty. And if you go to the was it the School Board of Education, they say they're not allowed to teach kids about money.
How convenient! How convenient! They're not going to teach people. It's a human.
Only that, if you try and expose this to the masses, they'll take you out. They will take you out if you try and expose them. They've done this before. Many people have tried before.
See, the difference is you don't go too ham. You don't expose them to the point where you just help your bedrooms. You understand?
Yeah,
and that's the best way to do it. You help your friends. You help your loved ones. any people that are close to you, you understand, you help them out, and this is how you work it, and you all get through the system. And then once you teach your kids, they teach their kids, you're gonna grow anyway.
That's facts. That's true. That's a good way to move forward, you know?
But what is the point in knowing the information if you have no alternative?
What's the point of? Say that again.
You know, it's easy to diagnose what is the problem, but there needs to be a solution. What are your solutions, both of you? What would you think could replace this, you know, banking system, this
The paper system? Why can't we just go back to our own word, where our word counts or something? You understand? When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. And if I don't do something, you will hold me accountable. Where literally the word is the power. You understand? Where, you know, when I say something, I fucking mean it. Not just saying something for the sake of it.
Say, for example, because there were other systems. Obviously, there was the barter system where you would swap things with people. But
I don't think it was. I think they made that up. That's a theory. Because the bartering system, what I think it used to be was just a community feel where I would grow the tomatoes, you grow the cucumbers, and we just swap round.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was, Betty. And that they shoved that down our throat that we have to do bartering. They must have got something for it. Oh, there's no way they would have done it for free. What are you talking about? You go to the village in Cyprus right now, and that's how it runs. If I've got tomatoes, come over, Betty, and come pick yourself some fresh tomatoes. But if you've got some fresh cucumbers, do you know what I mean? Are you gonna feel away? You got a farm full of cucumbers. Are you gonna feel away especially after you come to my fucking garden and you've taken a load of tomatoes? Are you going to say no to me taking some cucumbers?
But doesn't that run on being trustworthy? Because that's all right for the people that are trustworthy, but not everybody in the world's like that. Not everybody's word is their bond. That is the issue that you have. That's the problem. How do you deal with those people whose word is written in sand and means nothing, and who will cheat you?
The ones that would cheat you, have to be disciplined via their own household, you know, frowned upon.
Exactly. That's why you have punishment, innit? They have to get punished.
I wouldn't call it a punishment. I'd rather them learn a lesson from it. You know what I'm saying? And see that why their actions is not worthy. Like, why is... Look, bro, let's say, for example, do you know how much pleasure I get by me cooking something? Say, for example, I cook the meal and we're all in a room, Betty and Annabelle, and I break the bread into 3 and I'll pass it to you, Betty, and I'll pass it to you, Annabelle. And instead of putting you 3 plates so we can share the food, we're all eating from one bowl and we're just all dipping in with our no forks or anything like that. You're just using the bread to dip inside the food to eat your food, and we're all eating equally. It's not like, you know, I'm trying to eat fast so I can eat the most, or you're trying to eat fast to eat the most. We're all sharing. Do you get where I'm coming from? That feeling there, these are the feelings that are like true feelings that you can't, how should I say? It's like
it sounds like utopia, though. It sounds beautiful.
It's not utopia. It's just the way we're meant to be feeling.
It doesn't exist. If
I believe it exists, it's just that you haven't seen it exist. This thing happens on the daily.
That experience in the world, that's what it would be today. But you've got people in the world who do not want to live like that, and they don't. They want more than what everyone else. And, you know, as they say, there's enough food and water and shelter for everybody, but there's not enough for everybody's greed. That is what Gandhi said, and this is the problem. There's greedy people, because you seem to be a person that are pure of heart, yeah, and who will only take what you need and you will share. But they are people in the world who are not like that, and they will steal and cheat and lie and kill to get more than what they need.
That's only because they've got illness. They've got the same illness. It's called greediness. Being greedy is an illness. You understand? It's no control over the mind. Me personally, that's the way I see it. I see it as someone else is controlling your mind, where you don't have enough self-control, willpower. Call it what you want. Me personally, I think it's self-control. You don't even control your own body. You got a outside entity that is controlling your body if you allow yourself to do these certain things.
You know, like, so what, you know, when you're saying about punishment, or you know,
I
they
didn't
have-
say punishment. Don't don't try and put words in my mouth.
so how do you deal with these people because they are not living by your rules?
It's this is why I remember when I first jump on it, and this is why I said family is so important. You know, that family feel of someone you know that loves you, that's actually there for you. You know, once you got that feel, and your mum's upset with you for whatever reason, or your auntie or your brother, or do you know what I mean, someone's upset to you, it gets to you. You're not just gonna be a greedy person. You understand? It's gonna be frowned upon. No one's born greedy, Betty. It's a emotion that people are taught. And if you can be taught something, if you can learn something, you can unlearn it.
But don't you have to want to? Because not everybody wants to unlearn greediness.
But you're 100% right, Betty. But once you find out that the reason why you are the way you are today is as a result of a foreign entity and not your own. So basically, someone else is controlling your body and controlling your emotions for you, or the environment is controlling your emotions and your body for you. Then you're like, wait a second, nah, that's not me. I'm not a puppet. What, you're gonna do certain things and say certain words to me, and I'm gonna jump around like a fucking clown? It doesn't work like that. You got control over your own body.
It sounds beautiful, Mills, but it sounds like utopia. It sounds
Nah,
beautiful. If only
nah.
everybody thought the way you thought. That's all I can say. Maybe one day.
Well, everyone does feel like that, but then they just say to they just turn around and say to themselves, "Oh, look, I'm the only one that feels like that. Oh, the world's are not like this. The world's the complete opposite." And as soon as you say that, you've lost.
Well, no, maybe one day. Maybe one day the world will be like that. Maybe
See, even saying one day, you know, oh, when I feel like it, or do you know what I'm saying? You got to be about it. How can I expect you to do something, Betty, that I haven't even tried?
Yeah, but it's one of them. When we're on the world, it's a partnership. We share this world with other beings, and
100%.
they say that you cannot want for people more than you want for yourself, for what they want for themselves. Meaning that everybody has free will. So you know where we exist, they are people who don't always think the same as us, and you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
You say that, yeah, but if you starve the horse of water for 3 days and then take it to the watering, you're gonna see that horse drink it like it's never drank before, seen water in its life. You see what I'm coming from, Betty?
But
So it
then
depends on
you've taken away that person's free will. You've become the very thing that you are fighting against. If you're taking
So this is where you're wrong. This is where you got it mixed up. What I'm trying to do is show them what exactly has been done to them by trying to break down their beliefs. Yeah, by breaking down their beliefs, by starving them of the poison, they're gonna realize what the poison has done, and then by me showing them the poison being used in a different way, in a positive light, it's gonna show them, oh shit, all this time I've been drinking water because I've been told to drink water. But now that I realize I only need to drink water once I'm thirsty, now I know to respect water and drink it whenever I need it, instead of every time the guy drags me down there.
But isn't that the same principle of prison? That the state will take away someone's freedom to show them that they did wrong.
I think castrating someone, and that's totally different because you're castrating them and making a profit on them. You're not actually doing it. They're not actually doing it for the benefit of the person, or because they want the person not to relapse, or they want the person to come out better than what they went in.
So do you believe? So you believe that the state locks up people? What about people that murder? What about rapists? Do you believe that the state honestly does not want them to rehabilitate? What would you do with them if you do not lock them up? If they're a danger to society, what would you do?
See, this is why you have to ask yourself why. You have to be very mentally, like, I remember when I was younger, I mean, I wasn't mentally there. Like, I tell you, like, now, there's for you to want to kill someone or physically hurt someone, or I don't know, shoot someone or stab someone, you have to be mentally ill. You can't be normal. No normal person would want to cut someone open. Do you understand?
Yeah,
there has to be a mental illness there. I don't care what you say. I've experienced it myself, and I can look back at my past and say, you know what, that was a mental illness.
Yeah, yeah.
No normal person wants to go around and doing anything like that. So then we got to ask ourselves, what put me in that predicament? What sort of environment was I in? Why was this happening?
I feel like a lot of these problems and madness, it comes down to the way that we're being brought up. Like we've been brought up in this dysfunctional, this mad society where we have violence.
I mean, you can't really blame my parents as well at the same time, because I know some people say it's the way we're raised. But I'm a parent at the moment, and I'm seeing it as, wait a second, every time I leave my child is mostly spending his time in school.
Yeah. The state has control.
So I'm handing over my child to the state. Let alone, we're not even talking about birth certificate, signing over the birth certificate, and them using the child as a commodity. We're not even talking about that. We're just talking general time. You know, if there's 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you're sleeping, that leaves 16 hours. The kid goes to school for what, 10 hours? That leaves 6 hours with you.
But even if I appreciate what you're saying in terms of you not spend a lot of time with your child, but when it comes the state's idea that, because you said that you would starve that horse of water in order to make it drink the water, but that principle is the same thing that the state is doing. They are taking murderers and rapists off the street because they believe that they need to show them that what they're doing is wrong. Now they go to prison. Now, many people who go to prison complain that they're not being rehabilitated, and they're taking away their freedoms and their human rights. One of the things is, if you say, for example, in your analogy, if you starve that horse of water, you might become the very thing that you fight against. Because you know what they say, to kill.
If I explain to them why I'm starving them from water, so if I show you the reason why you're being dragged to the water in the first place, and not only that, so I'm showing that, look, I've starved you for a reason. I've starved you from the poison that's been put into your head in the first place, and I'm going to show you that you actually don't need this poison. And furthermore, that I can turn this poison into an antidote where you can use this to your advantage. And that's where I'll use it as a mental programming, a reprogramming. It'll be a strip down of their old beliefs and building back up, reprogramming, exactly like the army do, and exactly like they do to us in schools, for example.
What about, for example, let's use this scenario that what was it? I'm sure, was it the people in Ireland that went on hunger strike, and they went to stand up to the British government, and they wanted Britain out of Ireland. And I think, is it Bobby Sands, where he said, if they don't leave Ireland, I will go on hunger strike, and he ended up starving himself to death. So this idea that everybody will take the war and eat is not always true. There are some people that will die for what they believe in, no matter what, no matter your good intention, that you trying to show them a different way. There are some people that will die with that conviction than rather change what they believe in. For example, suicide bombers, they are people that I'd rather die for what I believe in
I
than live
found
for
out
what I
as
don't.
well. I was talking to a few of my cousins because obviously there's a lot of Syrian refugees that's come over to Turkey, and I don't want to get too deep into it, and I don't want to give too many basically names away. But cut a long story short, that I found out that quite a few of the suicide bombers weren't actually the radical Muslims want to blow themselves up, jihad, all this and all that, Betty. What it actually was, it was actually refugees that were forced by basically by mafia and gangsters to basically put on a suit. And if they didn't put on the suit and blow themselves up, that their families would have been killed. Like literally first-hand evidence that this is happening, that not all suicide bombers are someone with a vest that wants to go and kill themselves for their belief. Some of these people are actually being forced to do it, either to watch their family die in front of them or wear the vest and blow themselves up and let their family live.
Well, it's the same in Nigeria. So you're saying that they're coerced, but the fact of the matter is, there are some people that
What does
are not
that mean?
coerced.
Sorry. What does
Coerced
that mean?
means basically forced. They're blackmailed, like saying if you don't do this, then we're gonna kill, you know, your family, etc. That's what coerced means. But the things are, they are people that are suicide bombers that will die for what they believe in. How do you stop that? If someone's willing to die, like that Bobby Sands, he starved himself to death because he wanted a
He starved
united
himself
island.
because he thought it would make a difference, like Gandhi did. Starved himself. Who else starved himself? The guy Nelson Mandela starved himself as well. There's quite a few people in history that have starved themselves and literally have got something out of it. And maybe he thought,
you could not change what their conviction because they're dead. Because that's what I mean by the thing is everyone has free will. You can take that's what they mean by you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Because there are some people that will die for what they believe in than to live for what they don't. And it's just not that easy to navigate that. You know, like have you heard of? I don't know if it was World War I or World War II, where this kamikaze pilots, the Japanese, were known for committing suicide as pilots, and it caused a lot of trouble. I think it was to America, where it wasn't easy to fight, you know, a country where people are prepared to commit suicide. You know, it's like checkmate, isn't it? It's not that easy.
It's not.
There's always going to be someone that will say, fuck
they're
it.
using people as pawns for their financial gain.
Yeah, it's very. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Have you seen that picture of the 5 companies that own most of the companies in the world? Have you seen that picture?
No, that one. No, and I'm not even heard. Can you tell me the story? Because I've not even heard of these 5 companies that own most.
I think it's like PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Nestle, UniChef. Five companies that run the world. See what I'm saying?
Have you got the link? I've not.
Yeah, I got the picture.
I've not heard of that.
Copy link address. Yo. Oh, it's not having it. It's too many.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, cutting socks, because she says people must perish, but it's what they call a martyr, to die a martyr.